Best verse on the beat gets $10,000 and a free beat, and then the runner-up gets a beat as well. How's he gonna judge it? I don't know. You know, Miles is funny. Is this even serious? I've heard one song and I was like, we gotta check out the rest. Let's go. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Drake. BBL, yeah, that BBL Drizzy, this that BBL Drizzy, BBL, BBL Drizzy, BBL, Kendrick. Yo, when he said Kendrick Lamar, Drake, kill, I felt that. I felt that. I felt that, bro. I felt that. What else we got?
They say Drake got a BBL. He off the Ozempic, it ain't hard to tell. They say Drake eyebrows about strong as a bitch. If he get too surprised, it might cause a glitch. They say Drake not allowed at Chuck E. Cheese. They saw Drake at
Not allowed at Chuck E. Cheese is crazy.
Not British. Why you keep saying team? Drake might not know where he from. For sure. Everybody say that I rap like Neff. Y'all might be right. I'm about to diss myself. Man, why you trying to rap like somebody else? I'm not even rapping. I'm dead ass just talking. Whole world out here ducking fade. Out here riding the bike with them dusty ass chains. Drake got addicted to perks at 30. Dot 5-1, he can't even touch net. They said Doc got to jump to sit down. Quavo still mad about Chris Brown. ASAP Rocky don't.
That's such a random bar. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah.
Please do us a favor. Don't get in the booth. ASAP, please stay away. We're just gonna be.
This nigga's a troll too.
To get some need. Not about football. Chris Cole like a crackhead's knocked us out. What call chances? They said Drake was on Epstein. I was saying weekend. That's the shit on the. Got CTE from
A lot of people tell us you finally explained
BBL
to me in a way I
Drizzy.
understand. Then
Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. We're gonna get back to that. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get back to that. You feel me? We are in the building. We are in the building. To the family out there. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your brother Rich Phil in the building. And this episodes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gods and goddesses, this is The Great Fall. The Great Fall, episode 11. This is The Great Fall, the 11th installment in the series that we've been doing over here on Know the Ledger. All right. And tonight's episode features none other than your boy, our boy, Toronto's very own, October's very own, Drizzy Drake. Drizzy Drake. Who? Drizzy Drake. Who? BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Do-do-do-do-do-do. BBL Drizzy. BBL. That song need a Grammy. They need to put that Metro, yo, Metro, don't trust you. I'm gonna shoot you. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Do 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 do. BBL Drizzy. A BBL Drizzy. Do 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 do. BBL Drizzy. A BBL Drizzy. Do 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 do. Don't act like you don't know me. You better bond the moment. I know you seen the glow up. So yes, tonight's episode is The Great Fall, number 11, featuring none other than Rich Phil. And we are going to talk about the fall that we see taking place. Now, here's a disclaimer For anybody that's out there, so you don't think that I am biased, right? So you don't feel that I am biased in any way. Okay. First and foremost, I don't have the same kind of hatred for Aubrey that Kendrick expressed, right? I don't have the same type of hatred in my heart for this man that Kendrick has. I don't hate that man. I just think he has the best BBL in history. I don't hate him. I actually hate the people that he is backed by. That's who I don't like. Him, he is a pawn. He's not a king, right? Drake stands for don't rap against Kendrick ever. He's not a king, right? He's not even an op. So I don't hate that man. I won't project hate onto his body. He never did anything to me. He never did anything to me, right? Me never did nothing to me or anybody that I know personally. However, doesn't mean that he gets off of the hook. Nah, every dog has his day. Every dog has his day, right? What I am doing tonight and what I'm here to do and what I've been doing is I am being a responsible journalist. I'm highlighting what my observations are showing me, and I am interpreting the signs of the times because we all know what? The great divine speaks through signs. So we're here to make sense through a metaphorical lens, through an occult lens, through an esoteric lens, right? We are going to examine the fall, one of the greatest falls, right? That we've seen. But I said before, and I'm going to say it again, that when the dominoes start falling, the dominoes start falling. Okay? When I say that the dominoes start falling, then the dominoes start falling. Right? So the dominoes started to fall a very long time ago. BBL Drizzy. We're going to get back to the best of BBL Drizzy. Don't make no mistake about it. We're going to get to the best of BBL Drizzy because y'all wanted me. Y'all was asking for the songs. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give y'all some BBL Drizzy. We're going to do the roll call, though, before we get into our conversation tonight. How rude of me. We're going to get into the roll call. Who's in the building? Yeah, pregnant pause. You dig? Let's see who is in the building. Let's do the roll call, and then we'll get into the lecture or the conversation or the dissertation for the night. Harlem is in the building. It's always good when I'm in the kitchen. Before I get in the kitchen, I put the apron on. It's always good knowing I got Harlem in the building. Harlem is in the kitchen with me. We cooking tonight. You already know when Harlem is in the building in the beginning, when they the first ones, always a classic show. Wait a minute. We got home team in the building. We got St. Croix up in this thing. You know I'm about to act up. We got Barbados in the thing. You know what I'm talking about? We got Barbados in this thing. We got Covington up in this thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Philly is here. Florida's here. We got Dayton, Ohio up in here. Shout out to Dayton. We getting it in Ohio, like Cam and Mace, right? Louisville, Yonkers. We got T-Dot. I'm going to send you the link. T-Dot, I'm going to send you the link. I need you to pull up. You might be in the whole Ming Ching with the blammy on you. You know what I'm talking about? We want to go live with everybody from Toronto. Talk black to me. I want to see what's going on. Show me the red tape. Show me what's going down in the T-Dot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Inquiring minds want to know. We drive by that shit taped off and roped off. I want to see it. Belize is in the building. You dig? Belize is in the building. Shout out to Belize. Belize, send me a ticket. You dig? Send me a ticket. We ready to get flued out. If you can't laugh at yourself, man, something is wrong. You gotta detox. If you can't laugh at yourself, either you need some shrooms or you need to detox. DC in the building. Kentucky in the building. I see you, Hartford. I see you, Hartford. Where you was at when I was out there, Hartford? I was in Hartford. Why wasn't I seeing you back then? Because if I would have seen Hartford while I was in Hartford, I'd have had to pull up. Tucker in the building. All right. Yo, Mandem. Yo, Roadman. We have Ireland in the building. Roadman. Man is global now. Talk black to me. We got Ireland in the building. You know what I mean? Man is on the road right now. Yeah, Tuscaloosa, but to this day, Tuscaloosa, but to this day. To this day. There's that word to be. I can't help it. We're going to listen to some BBL Drizzy. Y'all take a bathroom break, man. We just did the roll call. We waiting for more people to come in. I don't want to start off too early. We waiting for more people to come in. But while we waiting for more people to come in, hey, don't act like you don't know me.
That was funny, but I can't take that shit seriously.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny. Let's see. What Madison saying? Oh shit. I'm literally just gonna slide through and listen to this bitch. So y'all gonna have to listen to the BBL Drizzy beat for a little bit. Oh, she's singing.
This nigga sound like DJ Vlad.
What's the effect she's putting on her voice?
Hell?
One second, y'all.
That's them visitors in hip hop.
She said, "Grow up." That was all right. She was vibing.
We got Charleston in the building. Shout out to Charleston, South Central. South Central up in it with Compton at.
Metro hit me up, he said he wanted some new draft, so I'm rapping on a beat about Drake's big old bubble ass.
Hey, yeah, yo.
You waited in 18, that he wish he in my class, cause we know he likes some teens, he's a fiend for a bag. Stay lean on those seat, get a pad for this pussy before he bleed. On my seat, ain't no cheap fabric, these buckets world deep. Everything you say is capping like a crunch, and the fake bars.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit ass.
Hey, till 100K. Did he or did he not say did he?
I see what you did. Okay, that was a bar.
One a day. Till 100K. Did he or did he not say did he rap, but he really pop? Makes sense, he making them pity bops. Bring a whole in a milli rock. Drake stands, they'll never have it. Go tell your go form better habits. Don't believe it, they already ratted as Millie Bobby, as Bella Harris.
Oh no.
Getting that shit in your head where I bury hatches. Kenny said wind up Melly when really R. Kelly could have been your celly rappers. Finna pile on him with a rifle drawn, and now we Hardman in full metal jacket. See it clear now, we mention that shit. Goggles on like Edgar Davis. We only relating on melanin. You took it to heights that I've never been, with a house as big as the presidents and a walk-in closet of skeletons. If Drake is a pedo, he ain't alone in that. There's no condoning that. Y'all can't.
I feel like he's out of breath. Like maybe he should have did a couple.
Shut the fuck up, white boy.
He started off strong, but I feel like he's out of breath.
God damn. You blowing me.
Industry niggas is weirdos. Lately they making it clear though. This is the moment they fearful. They gonna be wondering where their career goes.
There you go.
Why is you still here? Nigga, you make
Yeah, he should have punched in.
Where you should be looking real clear. Time to go back to that wheelchair.
Don't act like you don't know me.
Koja.
Back to the wheelchair. All right, that was one of the better ones.
Go up. I know you seen us glow up.
Baby,
I know you seen us glow up.
Oh shit, that was one of the better ones. Hold
I
on.
know you seen us glow up. This BBL baby. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Charlotte is in the building. Charlotte, we got Memphis and Detroit up in this biatch. Yo, let's go. We in this thing. You know what I'm talking about? We outside. We outside up in this thing. We outside. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is. That's BBL Drizzy and whatnot, taking over the world by storm. Genius, I must say, right? This is the art of war, right? Like I said, had to open up the show to say with the disclaimer that, you know, We're gonna try to be fair and balanced and whatnot. But this show is called The Great Fall. It would have hurt my heart to put Kendrick on the cover. You know what I mean? I didn't want that day to come. You feel me? I don't want that day to come. I never thought that he was gonna take the L, you know, in the first place. I had to kind of like had to troll him a little bit. You know, you always gotta troll niggas and get them on a good foot. You know what I'm talking about? But look at where we are. You know, look at where we are. We're in the month of May. We could go on record saying that the month of April might have been one of the most exciting months in hip hop and the culture, one of the most exciting months in the culture. You know, people say avoid war at all costs, right? I say depending on, you know, how you are going to fight that war. And what I mean by that is this. War is a two-edged sword. On one end of the sword, war is bloody. War is traumatizing. War is depressing. You understand? War creates fatigue and whatnot. War is bloody. War is fire. Right? War is to be avoided at all costs. Especially if you don't know the art of war. War is final. Because in war, he who is defeated, there's a finality in that. You're done. Either you're going to get beheaded, either you're going to get chopped in 4 pieces. They call it quartering you. That's what they would do back in the days. You know, they would quarter you. They would cut you in 4 pieces, right? War is fought amongst warriors and not all of society. All of society does not engage in warfare, ladies and gentlemen. When men go out to war, they don't take their children and their wives with them. You know what I'm saying? You are not supposed to stare war in his face, women. You know what I mean? Even though war is feminine, just look at the tree, look at the Kabbalah and the tree of life and whatnot. You know, war is feminine. Look at when them girls fight on World Star. They fight different. Look at girls fight. You know? Look at when they get at it. They fight different. So war is, you know, a war-torn people are different than the people who are raised in peacetime. I would go on record to say a war-torn people are tougher and more grittier and more in tune with survival skills and their primal, and they're more primal and they function more from their reptilian brain. When it turns into fight or flight and whatnot, it's basically fight, right? This is what we would call the knuckle dragger, the 85er, you know, tapping into that primal part of themselves. That's war. However, there's another coin. There's another side to that coin, and there's another way of looking at war. War, on the other hand, is innovative, right? War is necessary. War is progressive. Okay? War is how you reset things, and this is how you clean things up. War is revolution, right? War is change, because in war, things evolve. What do you mean, Brother Red? What I mean is technology and war go together. Technology and war are one and the same. They're inseparable because war advances technology. Technology would be dormant if it were not for war. War advances it. The clearest example of that is World War II, where technology basically evolved in leaps and bounds during the war. Okay, they were in America inside of these factories and whatnot. They took women out the house and put y'all in labor and whatnot. and had you inside of what they call in the Industrial Revolution, right? You didn't, you were thrusted into, those posters with the lady and she's making a muscle and whatnot. She got the little bonnet on or whatever, or the bandana. Technology in World War II evolved at the hands of the Germans, at the hands of the Japanese, and at the hands of the Russians, and at the hands of the British. Okay, technology wins wars. So if you're getting defeated by your foe who has better technology than you, it will spark something in an innovative class amongst your people who are being defeated to possibly invent something that could protect you or could counter the weapon that is annihilating you. This happens in war. Okay, this happens in war. War is a unifier, right? If you pay attention to what just took place in this rat war, or this beef that they call it, it was a beef that turned into a war. It's a war because blood was shed, right? And the media was playing into it, but you wasn't even aware that blood was shed. They only made you aware that blood was shed the other day, but blood been shed. And we were participating collectively in a ritual where blood was over. It's a war because blood was shed. Somebody got shot about a week ago, right? And then we were putting all of our collective energy, we were charging up whatever battery is at universal, because this is all a ritual being done from the top down. And I said last night that T'Challa is Kendrick. They're inseparable. You got to remember T'Challa is Kendrick. All right. So these people have charged the environment, right? Because there was one missing. I'm all over the place right now. I'm supposed to be taking it step by step, but I'm being, when spirit just starts speaking, I gotta let it go through. This is a ritual. Make no mistake about it. This is a ritual. Unequivocally, I can't say who initiated the ritual though, because I don't want to make it seem like we're in this realm of conspiracy. However, it doesn't have to be conspiracy to be a ritual, but this is a ritual and we're all in participation of it right now. So with that being said, knowing that you're participating in a ritual, you're going to want to make sure that you don't get used. You want to make sure that you utilize this energy for what it needs to do. You need to finish what you started, right? So it was a battle and it turned into a war when they shot a man outside the LA Encino home of the Weeknd's manager, right? And also a owner. He's not just a manager. He owns a label. He's a label owner. So this man is an executive. So they shot the man. There was a man down, right? Somebody got man down at an executive's house. This executive happens to be Ethiopian. This executive happens to be, I believe he's Eritrean, or he's part of the Falasha Jew, or what they call Beta Israel, right? The Ethiopian, because the man who goes by the name of Abel, right? As in Cain and Abel, Abel. His name is the Weeknd. What's his name? Tafari. He has a super duper Ethiopian name, right? The Weeknd, the one who Drake is initially beefing with. They got real beef, more beef than he got with Kendrick. It's a different type of beef that he got. Pause. Woo! There's a different type of drama that the Weeknd and Drake have that has nothing to do with Metro Boomin. That has nothing to do with Nipsey he was from that tribe as well. Nipsey is an original quote unquote Beta Israel. He's an original Jew. He's not the imposter. He's not the Rasta pasta. You understand? There's a whole imposter syndrome going on right now, not just with Aubrey, his whole goddamn, all of them. All of them. And these people run this quote unquote culture. So that shit gotta stop. The hell? His name is Abel Testify, yo. That's a whole Selassie. That's a whole Solomonic blood tribe. That's a whole Queen of Sheba. Nigga, that's the original. That's Better Israel. Go and research. Let's go and look at Better Israel. Let's go and look at Better Israel. Let's understand who these men are. They out here shooting at these men? You mean to tell me there's somebody that's not even a real, he's not even real, he's not authentically from these people's tribe, and he was shooting at they got these people getting shot at, and nobody said a word, but everybody want to cry a river when they return the shots? Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Are you serious? Why would Aubrey, why would Abel, why would the Weeknd sign? Now I understand why he didn't sign to him. How the hell could you be somebody who's not who you claim you are, and you sign somebody who's really that, and then you're gonna control them like you did like how you did Party Next Door and everybody else in that sweatshop? Let's read who this man is. This nigga's Amir. He's Persian, bro. He's Persian. So Israel just attacked Iran. He's Persian. And Abel is Ethiopian. All right. So here you got a fake, quote unquote, this dude Aubrey. We know that he belongs to the Oppington. I can't even have these conversations on YouTube, y'all. I have to police, I have to censor myself, and it sucks. But you know that the stakes is high, and I can't, you know what I mean? But I really want to go in. That's what this Sunday is for. That's why I'm doing 4 classes this month. There are 4 lectures. Each Sunday is a lecture. 4 lectures this month, my niggas. But the one that I'm doing this Sunday, I'm a body. This is a body bag. This shit is writing itself. It's writing itself. You know? You said Falasha is derogatory. The Orthodox Christians called the Beta Israel people. Yeah, you know, shit. It might be. You know what I'm talking about? They call themselves Habesha, or Habesha, right? They call themselves Habesha, the ones that are coming out of America that's going over into Israel and whatnot. You said I gotta speak in code. Yeah, I could speak in Pig Latin. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with speaking in Ixnay Axne, but it's like, how do I know that y'all know what the code language that I'm using? I might be going over your heads. You feel me? When I say real estate people, you know who I'm talking about, right? When I say real estate agents, you know who I'm talking about, right? When I say, is it real? You know who I'm talking about, but they put an algorithm to capture all that shit. They're getting very fragile right now. Please make no mistake about it. I had already said, yo, the fact that homie is losing, you got to pay attention, because I know how these people play. They'll pull a false flag alert. They'll pull a false flag attack. They'll create they'll create something as a distraction, right? I think I said that on Friday's show with Rich. By Sunday or Monday, that's exactly what was going on. Now the whole world is like Cry Me a River for BBL Drake, right? However, people are not being honest with themselves and saying that if y'all want to be so, because this last past weekend, everybody became intellectuals. I never knew it was so damn many intellectuals on the fucking internet. But now everybody is writing think pieces. Everybody is super deep in everything. Everybody is all of these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, shit, teach me something. I want to learn, because right now I'm not. People are reacting, but they're not really putting it. They're not putting out information that's gonna help individuals who are really trying to change this culture for the better, who are really taking this moment and really turning helping to turn the tides. The tides are not going to turn themselves. The tides are not going to turn themselves. The people that are making the BBL Drizzy songs, they doing more for the culture than people who just sitting around and just being judgmental and not doing nothing. So what we see taking place, yeah, he got Hell's Angels. He been had Hell's Angels with him. You feel me? He been had them Hell's Angels with the spider web on the elbow, and you know they hate our people. You know they super duper racist. You feel me? And you know what that's the Aryan nation and whatnot. So he got the ADL protecting him. He got the devil. He got the Hell's Angels protecting him, and then he got all of these flunky ass niggas that are out there in Toronto, fake gangsters and whatnot, who only gonna make him hot. They're gonna take him down, because them people out into them fake niggas that he got with him, they made him hot, trying to be gangsters and trying to be tough, where you running around with a corporate entity. Do you know who the fuck Drake is to the system? So he's in too deep right now. You play the game that you can't win. You try to be something that you're not. And you brought that on yourself. So the fact that somebody who you got beef with, their house got shot up to about a week ago, right after the eclipse. Don't talk to me about his house getting shot up, bro. I don't play these type of internet games. Like, we're not, I'm mad at everybody that's getting this even playing into the fucking the spin that the media is doing. If don't talk, my main thing is, if you're not leading the conversation with, yo, the first person to get bloodshed was the Weeknd's people, and it was from you know who, then what are we talking about? You're delusional, right? There's a lot of mental health issues taking place right now, where people are collectively melting down because a nigga whose wood they saw had got basically women and men, because y'all are invested in him, because there's no rapper out there who has a dick pic. He's the only one. And that's really, the DJ Academics, the Aiden Rosses. These are young, sassy, homoerotic niggas. You understand? They have an obsession with this man that goes past our artistry. They're obsessed with little bro. You understand? DJ Academics was crying on fucking stream in front of 100,000 people, right? And in the middle of him crying because Drake was losing the battle and whatnot, somebody on the stream, I think it was the dude named DJ Head, pause, out of LA, he asked Academics, so what happened when you met Drake? Academics said, I never met Drake, right? And yeah, no Diddy. You know what I'm talking about? No Diddy, but you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go right to it. I'm not gonna play around with y'all, because I'm not no teenager. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna cut right to the bullshit. They have an obsession with that man, and these women out here. The fact that he leaked his wood and whatnot, that's a pedophile. He should have got locked up, because he has a children fan base. You understand? He has a children fan base. So what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? He leaked his own wood, bro. He has a children fan base. He knows that they're gonna look at him. That's a PDF right there. That's a PDF right there. Nobody said nothing. Y'all let that fly. That's a PDF right there. He leaked it himself. And he has a children fan base. And these children, They're more invested in shit like that than me and you. Make I'm a grown ass man. You think I will fucking open up a file looking at another nigga's wood? You understand? Deliberately though, deliberately. But if you engage in pornography, you're looking at another nigga's wood anyway. So let's stop this fake moral I'm gonna tear all of that shit down around you, bro. Let's stop all of this fake shit. The fake shit has to come to an end. That's what Kendrick Lamar, Cat Williams, and a lot of them represent. And what I'm talking about, I'm just saying the fake shit. It don't have to be super duper righteous on the other end, because that's the narrative that people are trying to frame now. That you have to be this Christ-like figure in order to you have to be fucking D1. You got to be a Christian rapper in order to say enough is enough. And I'm here to say that, my dear, is a crock of shit. It's not that serious. You know what I'm talking about? It's not that serious. You don't got to be a monk to be like, yo, I'm just done with the bullshit. I had enough. I'm in balance right now. There's no homeostasis. Give me more Kendrick. Somebody had the nerve to be like, that's too much Kendrick. I say, garlic. Garlic. Let these devils gotta burn, my nigga. Garlic. You understand? I'm playing BBL Drizzy. I'm playing all of the Kendrick songs. Garlic. Why? Because they've been listening to Sexy Red. They've been listening to Drizzy Drake. They've been listening to BBL Drake. They went so far, they start listening to Lil Yachty. They're listening to all of this music that is completely they listening to City Girls. They listening to all of that fuck shit. They listening to bubblegum stuff. So the real music with a frequency, the fact that this man is saying multiple syllables, the fact that this man has inflections in his voice like he's a real man and not somebody that's super duper moist and fluid, yeah, it's activating people, and it's also short circuiting them. And I'm here for that. I'm here to see that shit, because who was there for the high vibrational people when they started short circuiting me? Because you niggas crashed. I crashed with you. Motherfuckers crashed. You niggas crashed post 2020. You crashed. You didn't go up, you went down. And I went down with you. So nobody was there to capture your ass when you fell apart, when you had a meltdown, when you couldn't take it because these people was beating us down. Oh, take a shot. Oh, do this. Oh, stay in the house. Oh, oh, work from home. Oh, oh, all of these things beat us down. So we just went to medicate. We was like, give us some mumble rap. Give us some dumbed down shit. Give us some escapism. We can't take it. Give me these goggles, nigga. Give me some fucking Bitcoins. You know what I'm saying? We was like, give us all of the escapisms. And some people went the other route, and niggas in Atlanta got hooked on shrooms. They start drinking more. Casamigos, niggas on Don Julio. Everybody escaped to numb the fact that they was killing people in your face. You couldn't do nothing about it because we don't have it to whereas we could do something about it. So what do? We went and coped. We went and ran away and we tucked our tails and we found some other shit in private, in quiet, to numb the fucking pain. Okay? That's what happened. And nobody was there for us. Nobody was there to help us up. Nobody was there to be like, oh, nobody was there to coddle us. So the fact that these niggas is crashing right now, these little these younger generational, you know, who they grew up with Drake, they know nothing but Drake. All they had was Drake their whole lives from when they was little children. If they 20 years old right now, they grew up with this nigga from when they was about 6 and 7. He is a Disney star. He is a Nickelodeon star. He is a child's fucking TV star. These little niggas grew up with him. You understand? So they living vicariously through him. His whole generation damn near. Many of them are beginning to wake up. Many of them are shaking out of their slumber and whatnot. But make no mistake about it, they were underneath a spell. So they're glitching and they're short circuiting because you took their king away from them. Kendrick, is this your king? Is this your king? The emperor has no clothes. He exposed them in real time. And these niggas is gonna crash out over that. I promise you. The crash out is loading. It's gonna happen soon. One of these little niggas gonna crash out. Watch. You know what I mean? They're gonna crash out. And the fact that they're out at his house crashing out, right? Because they had to shoot in one night and then somebody else pulled up the other night. Like they outside crashing out in Toronto because but at this point, he's called his the higher ups. Lucian got involved, Universal's got involved. I guess Farrakhan is on the line as well. I think they called everybody at this point. But the main dog, Lucy. Do you remember when Kendrick rapped about Lucy? How many Kendrick fans is out here? Real Kendrick fans. Remember Lucy? He was a central figure in To Pimp a Butterfly album, I believe. Remember Lucy? That's Lucian Grange. I've been telling y'all about him, but now collectively, y'all know who he is now, right? I guess. Now you learn who Lucius is, right? So this is who he is. He is one of the highest ranking small hats who's making big moves, right? Big moves. He controls all budgets. He controls all careers. He controls all of the streams and whatnot. They have an ironclad grip on everything. This shit is like it's clad tight with this new streaming shit. They cooking the numbers. They cooking the numbers, bro. They're in control of everything at this point. These niggas, if somebody is signed to a label, astaghfirullah, I mean, send them love because they're gonna need it. These artists are in trouble, bro. These artists are in trouble. Somebody got to pay for Drake. Feel me? Somebody got to pay for what they did to Drake. And all of them is going to get spanked by the big dogs if they can have it their way. And it's not even Drake anymore. It's going to come from the top down. It's the same scenario that DJ Vlad was trying to initiate on the teacher from Princeton. What did he say? He said, I'm going to contact the higher ups. We all in the same organization, ADL Drake, ADL Vlad, right? We're going to contact the label. So the same thing that Vlad said that he's going to do with Princeton, Drake got on the phone, was like, Lucy, help me. Lucy, help me. You know what I'm saying? He got a Bibby, help me, Bibby. Get me up out of here. Get me up out of here. Yeah, he ain't gonna want to sleep in that house no more, right? He ain't gonna want to sleep in that house no more, right? Yeah, Lucian is his rich baby daddy. That's the rich baby daddy. So Sexy Red is in bed with Lucian. Ice Spice is in bed with Lucian through Lucian's son, Elliot, who is Ice Spice's label boss, right? Elliot also discovered Tekashi 6ix9ine. So is certain things making sense to you that they've been playing an industry plant game all along? The label that everybody is talking about is Gamma. There's a label that Larry Jackson owns called Gamma. Gamma is the label that Sexy Red is on. It's been said and it's been rumored that Drake owns a piece of Gamma as a private or silent investor. So he's getting the money. Whenever Sexy Red is getting money, he's getting money too. Whenever any artist on Gamma is getting paid, Drake is getting paid too. I believe Drake owns part of PG Lang, which is Kendrick Lamar, I believe. I believe that he may be a owner of some of his publishing. I'm not 100% sure, but this is what they're saying, that the big revolt against Drake is the fact that they found out that he's one of the owners. So imagine you be on a plantation, you outside, you with the niggas in the field and whatnot, and you cool with niggas that's in the house, but then you come to find out one day that the main house nigga actually graduated from being a house nigga to where he's getting money off of the cotton that's being picked, right? And then he come back outside and then he come, oh, Ack is signed by Lucy's son too. Oh Lord, Ack is on 10K Project. That's the label that they put academics on. Damn. So look, this Sunday, I got a link in my bio for anybody that wants to pull up to this lecture, and I made it affordable. I think it's only $22 because I want y'all to get this information. This Sunday at 8 o'clock, this Sunday coming up, I'm going to go and do a super deep dive on Lucy, because in the American God series, Lucy would be Dr. Wednesday or would be Odin, right? Lucy is a god. No, as a matter of fact, Lucy is Mr. World. I'm sorry. Lucy would be Mr. World, which was Mr. World Wide Web or the world. He so universal. Lucy is Mr. World because Lucian is the quote unquote CEO of the Universal Music Group. UMG is an umbrella of about 100 labels. This nigga owns everybody. Okay, he owns everybody. And he's in the P. Diddy lawsuit as being a PDF type of dude. You understand? So gamma means it means bitch boy in the red pill world. Not me as the other red pill, the manosphere, right? So yeah, gamma rays is a bitch boy. Real gamma is a okay. That's crazy. You know that the gamma, like you have theta waves when you are when you have theta wave, when your brain is when your frequency is on theta, right? That's that time when you're just waking up and you get mad ideas. That's for any songwriters out there, you know, that period right before when you're waking up and you don't open your eyes or you don't get up, you don't move your body, but you're getting downloads of a lot of creativity. You might be getting hooks, you might be getting verses, you might be getting ideas, designs, and everything. That is what is called the theta waves, right? Then they have something called a gamma rays and whatnot. So that's interesting that they naming it gamma, but they're selling you sexy red, right? They're selling you sexy red. That's the best that they could do. And this is a brother who used to work. He was an executive at Apple Music, and his first artist is Sexy Red. All right, that's what I see. I see what they're doing. So Drake signed a $500 million deal. I remember when he signed it, and you know, right. So yeah, he signed this deal. This was a very big deal. And like I said, it ain't me saying it, it's what they saying. They saying that he got a secret deal going on with this boy, you know what I mean, with the head of the label, and the artists are slighted by that. And I can understand how they would be slighted and why they would be slighted. And the fact that they're like, hold on, he's really not one of us. He's definitely not one of us. And now the arguments or the indictments of him being an outsider and a poser who came amongst these people, he's in blackface. He just plays it very well. He's an actor, you know what I mean? And he's in blackface and he's playing a role. And he's playing a role. And people are encapsulated by that role that he's playing. You know what I mean? And how would you know if he's playing a role or not unless you playing a role? You don't know if somebody's acting unless you're doing acting yourself. How the hell do you know if somebody is acting, if they're improv, if your ass is not acting? How do you know? But he's definitely cosplaying. He does a very good job at it. They had many people who tried and he perfected it. They had Astor Roth, they had Vanilla Ice, they had Milli Vanilli, they had Macklemore, they had Eminem, they had Childish Gambino. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that these are, I know that the Matrix has been trying to come out with their quote unquote golden boy or their golden child, somebody who could be the great quote unquote infiltrator. They had G-Eazy, they had Third Base, right? The same way that they were trying in politics and then they found Obama. The fuck? Who was groomed from way back in the days. They had Marky Mark, Post Malone, right? They came with Post Malone. They've been trying. They've been, and they're like, yo, if this shit fits and it sticks, then we going with it. And once it fits and once it sticks, and once we get this person wedged in, then we're gonna give them an unlimited budget. You know? Here we go. Bro, nobody is talking about Drake being mixed. The fact that you went ahead and swirled and whatnot, don't take this shit personal. You need to listen. You understand? You need to listen. Nobody's taking attack on any of your mixed queens out there or mixed kings. You understand? Nobody is talking about that. What we're talking about is the fact that Drake, his mother, right? His mother passed down the matrilineage of the fake Jewish religion to him. That's what we're talking about. The fact that he belongs to a group of people that stole the identity of people that look like The Weeknd, right? Mr. Abel, Kane, right? Who we would call Drake as Kane. He stole the birthright of a people that look like Abel. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And that's for all of you niggas that are swirling and whatnot, running around, doing it on your Morris shit. Y'all before you even spread your seed, you should take a test and pass that shit, because y'all be out here dropping your nuts and spreading your seed with ethnicities that you know nothing of. The fuck? Y'all out here making all of these mixed queens and whatnot, and you don't even know the ethnicity of the people that you procreating with. You just think it's a fucking Becky and whatnot. Whole time, they not even a Becky. They're not even blue blood white. They're not even a real white person. They're like a clone of a white person, nigga. You shoot your shot somewhere better next time. If that's the case, don't get mad at us. Your ass is out here striking the fuck out. You fucking with the help of the help. You are planting seeds in the synagogue of Satan, my nigga. And you should learn. You should learn from the mistakes of people who came before you. And you should know who the fuck you dealing with. And that goes for the men and the women. Just because they got pink skin, you need to know their nationality. You need to know the history of them. You need to know their blood. You should do a genealogy test. Some of them come from melanated families. Like I'm trying to point out that Drake, right? Because if you saw Adonis and you didn't know that his father was Drake, you would think that Adonis had two parents that was quote unquote blonde hair and blue eyed. But because Drake has that, nobody is no one. I'm giving a history lesson, and I am not judging anybody. I love all children. I love all people. But I will talk about your heritage. I will talk about your history. I will talk about, because they talked about us to our face. They were teaching us, but they were lying to us. And we sat there, we set our children in front of them. We sit in front of them and start code switching and getting all funny sounding and all weak niggas tuck your tails. And you start bunny hopping like Meek Mill while they talk to you and lie to you in your face. You know what Red Pill does? I talk to white people and tell them the truth in their face. You know what I'm talking about? And if they start breaking out in hives and whatnot, well, God damn it, then I know that they're vampires and the truth is like garlic. You know what I'm talking about? And I repel them from away. I repel them, get the fuck away from me, because if me telling a white person the truth about themselves makes them break out and get all uneasy, then they never in their life intended on telling me the truth about myself, because they live in fear that if they tell me who I am, because they know if they're amongst you, they know who you are. They fear that if they told me who I was, that I'm gonna do something to them. And ain't nobody even think about them. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody even think about them. They don't even factor in, bro. They don't even factor in at this point in the game. They don't even factor in. You know? They don't even factor in. So the lesson that I'm sharing is about the difference between race and ethnicity. Nobody talks about J. Cole. He's one of the big three. Nobody ever brought race up around J. Cole. Do you know why? Because his mother is not of a different ethnicity. Okay. She's just a white woman. Okay. It's a difference. Y'all just don't be knowing the difference. And that's why we here to keep teaching and teaching and teaching. Hopefully somebody will get it. You know what I mean? But don't feel offended when you hear people. That's what the whole conversation is about. Why, when I'm talking about this man who you niggas don't know, you be acting like I'm talking about you. And you know why? And I said it before. And that's why you see the media attacking Kendrick, because every single shot that he took at Drake, they felt it. Why? Because he was talking to, he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. He expertly wrote that diss. He's not dissing Drake only. He's dissing their whole heritage. He's dissing the whole nation of them. When he called them PDF, when he called Drake a PDF, he called all of them a PDF. When he said that Drake was a degenerate, he called all of them a degenerate. The Hit Dogs bark. Hit Dog, they was like this. Ah! Hit Dogs bark. So every shot that Kendrick threw, it just didn't hit Drake. It hit all of them. You understand how that works? Because why? They was living through him. All of them. From the people in Hollywood. Everybody thought hip hop was a safe fucking haven where the nigga who was sitting on the throne was one of them, and he had all you niggas on a leash. All you slaves in Atlanta, he had you niggas on a fucking leash. He had and he had these thoughts tamed and whatnot. He had the thoughts on a leash, and then he got the gangsters on a leash, and then he got the killers in his pocket. That's what gooish people, right? That's what Vlad thought. That's what Adam 22 was out there thinking. That's what Peter Rosenberg and them was thinking. That's what Ebro was thinking. That's what Charlemagne was thinking. That's what Cameron and Mace and Jim Jones and the gang, all of the dick riders, they was all thinking that they was good because this nigga had it sewn up. That's what they was thinking. And I promise you, if you not, because I be around white folk. You know what I mean? They just don't be seeing me, but I'll be there. And them niggas is crushed. You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas is crushed. And I'm not talking about white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Real white people, blue blood white people, I ain't talking about them. They could give a damn. Those white people are gonna sway any way that the wind blows. Them little crackers from Wisconsin and Kansas and whatnot, the ones that be at all of the concerts, they're going with whatever direction the game goes in. They're gonna go high with us and they're gonna go low with us, and they'll take it middle with us. They not going nowhere. I'm not talking about them. I ain't talking about the blue blood whites. I'm talking about the small hats. I'm talking about the real estate agents. They got crushed. They got crushed, and homie didn't even have to go in his bag like that. He didn't even go in the Hebrew bag. He didn't even go in that bag, and they still got crushed. I be around them, and I see it. They hurting, bro, because they were getting away with doing what? All of the perks. It's almost like when you conquer a kingdom and they come, like when the Romans conquered Egypt, right? So imagine after Cleopatra fell and the Romans was running up through the pyramids and they was running through this big ass, powerful, rich kingdom, and then they were running through it, just taking the women whenever they please. That's when the swirling picked up, right? The women got conquered. Your women got conquered right in front of you. Nigga, you're not in your kingdom has got, your shit got ran through. And when any kingdom falls, the first thing that goes is the women. That's the booty of war. And what happened? The white boys took your women over the past, and that was on Drake's watch. Why? Because you know why. Because you know why. It wouldn't happen underneath Kendrick's reign. Your woman wouldn't be fucking selling box, and they wouldn't be out here catching bodies, and they wouldn't be out here sleeping with truck drivers for a cash app. They would have some fucking dignity. But because the nigga who sits in the seat wears fingernails polish, and he wears bonnets and barrettes and he twerks with them, they don't have no fucking respect. They don't have no, you know how they don't have no they don't got no purpose. There's nobody running shit. They don't have nobody that they follow the lead of a man. There's nobody in the fucking, there's nobody sitting in that seat, bro. So that's why Kendrick has to take that seat. That's why he had to get pushed out of that throne. He needs to be publicly hung on some Ed Stark shit. This is Game of Thrones. I'm a Scorpio. We take our enemies out in the back. You know what I mean? Fuck is you talking about? You see what they did to Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire? Nigga, this is a red wedding. We don't play that game. We're not gonna, you can't linger around after niggas spank you and whatnot. We getting you up out of here. He got to get him up out of here. All of them niggas got to go. They are a cancer. They were pimping, they were pillaging, pimping, and quote unquote drawing the life from our culture. They were pillaging it. They was vampiring the culture. Harvey Weinstein was doing that. Jeff Epstein was doing that. Jay-Z was doing that. Diddy was doing that. Who are all of these people who got exposed? R. Kelly was doing that, right? You know, they say Jay-Z is up next. So, you know, we just got to wait and see. Russell Simmons was doing that. These are the Liar Cohen, Clive Davis, right? Jimmy Iovine was doing that. Dr. Dre was doing that. What the fuck? They all leeching. They all pillaging. They're all sucking the life out of this shit. That's what they were doing. That's what they've been doing. The P. Diddy shit, like, that's what they've been doing. So it's time for that thing to rot it. It has to fall, my guy. It got to fall, my guy. We have to be a little more proactive in and making the shit fall. You know, everybody knows who's in the industry that the young girls is out there getting their shit smacked all day. You know what I mean? Like young girls is getting, you know, they getting their shit smacked. They on the video shoots, they got fake IDs, they in the clubs, and then y'all went ahead and y'all made everything stripper culture, but y'all got the nerve to talk about, oh, somebody was with a girl when she was 17. Nigga, you made the whole culture. It's not, it's a different culture today than it was 10 years ago. It's a whole culture. Stop talking to me about the morality shit when there is no morality. It's a whole culture. Don't talk to me about none of this stupid shit when y'all are out here literally selling yourselves. Like, stop it. There is no age limit to that. It's a whole culture. Like, what? Are you dumb? I'm not falling for that. These mothers are selling their daughters at baby ages. This shit is a go. This is a whole culture. This is a pro-prostitute culture. And it happened in Atlanta. It started in Atlanta with BMF, nigga. I was there. They exported whole culture all throughout the United States. Niggas is running around watching this shit on TV, celebrating these niggas, and these are not heroes. The fuck BMF. These ain't no fucking heroes. Them niggas is the ops too. The fuck? Them niggas gotta go too. Fuck Big Meech. The fuck? If you want to keep it a buck, if you want to stand on something, they help to spread prostitution and whole culture. I was in Atlanta when we was living in New York. Ain't nobody was selling no goddamn box. You couldn't buy no sex. You couldn't sleep with no little girls for a cash app. Nobody was on that bum ass. That's some bum ass shit. That's dirty. Nobody was doing that. That shit was in Atlanta. They brought that out of Atlanta and Miami, and they took prostitution culture with cocaine culture, all of that Young Jeezy shit. Niggas be trying to hail that up like that's something to be proud of. Nigga, that's a fucking curse. Are you serious? That's some corny shit. All of that shit is one. Jeezy spread BMF culture through the soundtrack, through the music. There is no BMF without Jeezy, nigga. There is no Jeezy without BMF. The fuck? They all were inseparable. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I don't know. I don't talk to me about BMF. I was there. Niggas that I brought to Atlanta turned into BMF. Like, I seen it with my very own eyes. I was in Miami when they was taking over Miami. And I was at Club Chaos and I was doing all of that shit. I seen all of it. And I'm here to let you know, don't be hailing people up and you don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm not hailing up no goddamn drug dealers. I'm not hailing up no niggas that was running around, you know, making stripper culture the norm and whatnot. I'm not here for that. Our people didn't. You didn't get better because of that. You're not faring better because of that. You niggas don't own nothing as a result of that. The women didn't get cuter because of that. You know what I'm saying? The women didn't get more powerful because of that. They didn't become more divine based off of what they introduced into this culture. What the fuck are we celebrating? I don't sell cocaine, nigga. I have no inkling to be a part of a CIA operation and to do the dirty work of Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, and the rest of them, because that's the only thing that these niggas are agents and operatives of the motherfucking government in the deep state. You think that is that something to be proud of? Are we gonna continue to? No, Kendrick has to kill all of that. The gang shit gotta die. I don't know why these gang niggas is out here crip walking like they're safe. You're not safe either. Your shit gotta change. If you don't turn that shit into community revolutionaries in progress, you niggas is dead too. If you don't turn that shit into brotherly love, overriding oppression, you niggas is dead too. I don't know why they crip walking and acting like Kendrick represents these fucking gangs, because he doesn't. No gang helped him beat Drake. Let's be clear. None of you gang banger niggas helped him beat Drake. That had nothing to do. Matter of fact, you bird ass niggas turned your backs on Kendrick. Whack 100 and these niggas turned your backs on Kendrick in the earliest when he was killing, when he came outside of drill shit. Y'all wasn't standing there with him. Fig Munity, Whack 100, The Game, all of y'all is haters. The same way y'all was hating on Nipsey. Y'all hate on niggas that are smarter than you. Y'all hate on niggas whose light shine brighter than you. You be y'all motherfucking y'all are knuckle dragging crab barrel. You want to pull niggas down to the lowest frequency. You will only align yourself to somebody from the West Coast if they're operating on a lower frequency. The only time that they align themselves with Kendrick Lamar is when he tapped into that lower frequency of that fucking club song. That is the only time that these niggas stood up and they stood with the nigga as if they didn't understand the fucking raps and the similes and the metaphors before that. They needed him to make a nursery rhyme before they got on deck with him. Fuck them niggas, yo. Fuck them niggas. I'm not no gang. I don't promote none of that. These niggas are degenerates. You understand? Don't get it fucked up. Because people are impressionable and they're dumb as fuck. So they'll see niggas crip walking and throwing up sets, and they'll acting like they'll miss the fucking importance of the moment, and they think that this nigga Kendrick is out here trying to tell you impressionable brain dead niggas to join a gang. And that is not what he's telling you. That is not what he's telling you. Okay? It's a victory dance because he caught a body. That's it. And that's his tribe. And this is the dance that they do. That's his tribe. He's not going to turn his back on his tribe, but your tribe got to clean up. Your tribe ain't tribing, nigga. They out here being real wacky and goofy, killing each other, but they are an army. Make no mistake about it. They are our private military. They are some stand-up individuals, might I add. Some powerful brothers and sisters, might I add. Some very brave and courageous brothers and sisters, might I add. I ran across a few of them in my journeys and travels and things of that nature. You know what I'm talking about? The potential that they have is enormous. They just got to get their shit together. They got to get off of that bullshit. We need a fucking reset. You understand? We need a reset. You cannot stand next to Kendrick if you're killing your own people. You cannot stand next to Kendrick if you're selling your women into slavery. You cannot stand next to Kendrick if you were talking about missions and drills and you killing a nigga over a color, nigga. You a bird. You need to have a fucking seat. You die with Drake, nigga. You niggas need to get in the motherfucking Titan with Lil Wayne, Young Money, Drake, Universal Music, all of the other gangbanging niggas, and take a trip to the Titanic. You niggas have your ship has sunk. Your ship has sunk. You out of here, nigga. You're done. You're done. You know what I'm talking about? All you niggas are done. Make no mistake about it. Like I said, it's a regime change. These niggas is out here on the internet playing nice. Fuck out of here. It's a regime change. It's done. It's over with. We can't talk anymore. We can't talk anymore. I don't want to talk to you niggas. It's done. The line has been drawn and y'all want to get back in bed with these people. And I'm like, no, it's over with. Fuck these niggas. Draw the line. Because how would they have been acting if somebody killed Kendrick? If they took Kendrick's head in a battle, they would have been treating all of you Sharif niggas like how they really feel about you. They'd have been smacking your kufis off. Let's talk about the missteps that Drake made so we could qualify the body. Let's talk about some of the observations, because to keep it a buck with you, me and Blue Pill are reissuing the 48 Pillars of Power, and we're going to rewrite it. It's going to be based on the battle, through the lens of this battle. The battle came in. This shit is poetic justice, man. It's poetic justice what's going on all around us. It's poetic justice what's happening all around us. Who's writing this script? I think Panic is behind this shit. I think Panic is behind this shit, bro. This is coming from the other side. I need to light more candles. I need to pour more motherfucking libations. I need to make more prayers. And I need to give more thanks to the ancestors, because I know it ain't you niggas is making it happen. Not y'all in particular, but this is ancestral. I'm not that arrogant. It ain't these niggas that is walking around breathing, nigga. It's not them. It's definitely not them. You know? It's definitely not them. This is coming from Dr. Africa, Panic, Dr. Sabi. This is some fucking ancestral work, nigga. This is spiritual, niggas. This is spiritual. They cooking. They cooking. They cooking. So, Drake's missteps. Let's just walk through a few of them. This is not by any means all of them. I'm just identifying a few of them, and then we're gonna play BBL Drake and have a goddamn water break, right? We're gonna play some BBL Drake, but we're gonna walk through what are some of the missteps. Why? Because it's a learning moment. I watched the Haney fight to learn what not to do in a fight so I don't get knocked the fuck out, right? So even if you was riding for Kendrick, you need to look at what Drake did in this fight to learn what not to do. If you riding for Drake and he got his ass whooped, you need to learn what he didn't do right so you can apply that to if you ever get in a situation and you know what the fuck to do. This is the art of war. So the first misstep that he made was free the motherfucking slaves. Free the slave. You rapping like you trying to free the slaves. Nigga. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Blessings. Yeah, I am. What's good? Where we at? You gonna throw me a verse? Do I get a stimulus package? So imagine the Drake stimulus package for a nigga trying to free the slaves. Imagine a Drake stimulus package for a nigga that was trying to free the slaves. I could have used that fucking hook, nigga. I could have used a harmony when I was out here trying to free these slaves, nigga, because they outside. I mean, there's no denying that the slaves they need freeing. And all of these sassy niggas was twerking with him, popping ass, right along with this nigga when he said that. I watched the review videos. All of these sassy niggas was popping ass when he said that line, right? So it's like, what are y'all doing? So, ladies, if you lay down with a nigga who pop ass when Drake said that he trying to free the slaves, fellas, if you lay down with a shorty who's popping ass when she heard her mixed king say that he wanted to free the slaves and you still lay down with that person, then you're gonna get what you deserve. I just seen a clip, a little young boy who be rapping and whatnot. He had a video on IG, the nigga bleeding all over his shirt, right? Because he went ahead and fucked around with one of these Atlanta goddesses. You know what I mean? You know what that is, right? That's a yeah. Right? You can't fuck with nobody on a frequency that don't match your own. You understand? You young guys that's out here running around with these TikTok shorties and whatnot, and you shorties that are out here running around with dope boys, running around with niggas that are lesser than, you know what I'm saying? Y'all chasing wood. You chasing sensations and whatnot, and they're not equally yoked with you. They're not going to respect your grand rising. Y'all getting slutted out by niggas that don't respect your grand rising. I don't understand what I be seeing. You know what I mean? Y'all running around with goofies and whatnot. And let's not even talking about the shorties with the septum rings that be with the Snow Kings, Jon Snow and them. What's that about? You feel me? So if we continue to lay down with people who are not on our level after they keep showing us who they, because if a nigga is a diehard Drake fan at this point in the game, and that's not a red flag. I don't want to break up nobody happy little nest and whatnot. I don't want to fuck up nobody's rest haven. But if you got a nigga who sit around, that nigga might be thinking about getting a BBL if he's a hardcore Drake fan at this point in the game. At this point. But think about it. My son is 16. You feel me? I don't expect them to be like, yo, I'm gonna go and listen to Kendrick Lamar and whatnot. If they 16, it's different. But if the nigga past 25 and he's with Aubrey, he's like, nah, and he's 21. Can you do something for me? Lord forbid if you find some fucking Lee press-on nails. If you get an Amazon delivery and there was some nails that you didn't order, yeah, you got you one on your hands, mama. You got you a Dwayne Wade, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That part. You got you a Dwayne Wade. You might as well start making content with that nigga. You know what I mean? You might as well start making some content. Go make some TikToks with that nigga, because you know shit is weird out here, man. But these niggas are gonna tell you who they are. Everything is a learning lesson. I pay attention. Oh, shorty listening to Sukihana's greatest hits. Okay. You know. It's like if somebody watches your eating habits and they know you for consistently busting down some impossible chitlins, then you know chances are they might judge you. You know, they might draw a conclusion as to who you are. You know what I'm talking about? Because of what you eat. So if that's all you eating and whatnot, freaky ass nigga, you a 69 god. If the first move that nigga did was the 69 god, ladies, I'm just saying, it's the proclivities. It's the proclivities. I've always said it. This whole battle is about the proclivities, and it's about the secrets. You know what I'm saying? It's about the secrets, right? And I showed you, I didn't show you, but they showed you, life showed you how important the secret is. Because what did they say? If you could prove that the secret is true, you won the fucking battle, right? If you could expose a nigga with a secret, not a private thing, it wasn't his private life. Because Drake, with his private life is, oh, you live in Brooklyn, you don't see your children, you're not with your guy. That's his private life. His secret is that you beat your girl's ass, and Drake's secret is you have a child, a secret child. So was it not about secrets? And his secret is you're a PDF file. That's the secrets. So if Kendrick could prove that secret, then career over for Drake. If Drake could prove the secret on Kendrick, then it's game over. Guard your secrets with your life. Or tell on yourself. I would say out yourself. That would be better. Tell on yourself so nobody got to tell on you. So you may be one, you know, so for those that are out there, be more transparent, especially if you wear a face in the public and you have a horrific face in the private. You need to balance that out more and bring that horrificness to the front. Okay? And by doing that, you could save face. You know what that means? You could save face, because if you get exposed, you're going to get your face cracked. You know what I mean? And you might, you know, that could lead to all type of mental health issues and whatnot. Expose yourself. That's an art of war. That's something that you learn from this battle. Put your dirt out there before somebody else does, because these men were literally paying millions of dollars to find dirt on each other, right? So they could kill each other in the court of public opinion. You understand? Because if you die on the internet, you die where? In the real world. If you die on the internet, you die in the real world. So they was on the internet trying to kill one another with what? With the secrets, not the facts. It's not the facts. People are we don't live in a fact-based world anymore. What are you talking about? It's not about the facts. You don't have to speak the facts anymore. See, that's what I'm saying. Once again, this battle showed me that the media, hip hop media, is garbage. It's trash. If niggas is giving academics the win, that's really you waving the white flag and saying that all of you niggas are trash and you failed. You're not journalists. Elliot Wilson needs to retire. You're trash. If academics is leading shit, then you're trash. Just bottom line, it's not even personal. It's just telling you that the game is in the toilet. They didn't have no type of cultural context to anything that was going on. They had to read the lyrics from Genius and had to listen to Genius's annotations. I'm not going to Genius to get contextual, and I don't need Genius for that. I pride myself. If you got to read that, if you got to go to Genius, then you lost in the world of journalism. It's like needing to go to the fucking, if you're going to the corner store where there's a gas station down the block that you've always gone to your whole life, and then you use a GPS to get there. That's similar to me going to Genius to read the lyrics, and then I got to go to the annotations to find out what a nigga's talking about. No, I know what he's talking about. I don't need Genius for that. I know I'm a hip hop. This is what I do. I'm picking all of that up. I don't need that. Yeah, other people may. That's why they got that's really for the visitors in the culture. It's for white folks and Indians and niggas from across the fucking pond and Canadians. That's for y'all. It's not for us, nigga. I don't need to this is my culture. I don't need to interpret. I don't need nobody that's outside of my culture to interpret my culture for me. The minute shit like that start happening, we are in trouble. So I'm gonna refrain from reading these magazines that people who don't look like me are writing and they're talking about hip hop. I'm gonna refrain from reading or researching shit about this battle and it's written by hands that don't look like mine. Fuck that. I don't want to know I don't care about what they think. I don't want to think how they think. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's be clear. I'm not being complete. This is not a blackout, because there's a professor on YouTube, a European, a professor, a professor. He reminds me, my dad is a professor, so he's giving me like my dad vibes. I'm fucking with him. You know what I mean? He been doing some breakdowns and whatnot. So it's not a color thing with me. You heard the video that I was just playing with the BBL Drake and dude who doing the video. He's like, he got like the Vlad laugh and what he sounds like, kind of, Poindexter like. He has an awkward laugh. Yeah, I'm talking about shit like that. I mean that's it be those people with the awkward fucking Vlad laugh. These are Poindexters, but they're the most vocal and negative people in the. How the fuck did that? They're the trolls. They be the bots. They be the bots. So this is just an interesting world that we live in, yo. It's not black and white. It's not left and, you know what I mean? It's not black and white. It's not it's not that. It's not black and white. You can't look at this shit through the lens of up and down, black and right, right or wrong, left and right. We're in a quantum realm right now. It's giving quantum. So it's left and right, up and down. It's northeastern, northwestern, west, left, west, south, east, eastern, northeastern, southern. You know what I mean? It's all of that quantum, all at once. I don't know the name of the professor. Yeah. I think it's Professor Skies or something. This nigga went viral. You know what I mean? So y'all probably seen a video like I did. I seen it before he went viral, but he went viral. So people are seeing, they're catching on. So free the slaves. That was his first mistake. It just shows completely that you're out of touch. He did not read the room. He hit him with a sassy, aggressive line. You rapping like you trying to free the slaves, right? So I've been around jocks And I've been around what's the word? Racially ambiguous lit niggas, right? Racially ambiguous lit niggas, meaning that I've been around dudes that they got motion and they not all black, right? And whenever the conversation comes up about the liberation of the people or any type of thing dealing with freeing the slaves, that shit is like garlic to them. They don't even want to be around and hear no shit like that. They're like, man, I gotta go. If you ever wanted to get them niggas away from you, you start talking about liberation, and them niggas get up out of there. Like, yo, let me put my glasses on. I'll catch you guys later. I gotta go. Drake never cried for our people once. There's no, you don't see Drake in no nap. He doesn't cry. There's no tissues. He don't speak on no issues. He don't weep on no tissues. That's part of my BBL freestyle. I was for my BBL freestyle, I was gonna go super serious, but I think I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some real foolish shit. I don't want to be serious on that beat. I don't want to be serious on that beat. I want to make fun. I want to just be clowning and shit. Cause that beat is, you know what I mean? I was gonna go super serious, like super Saiyan on a nigga, but I'm gonna just clown him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just be a fool. I'm gonna make some silly bars. I'm gonna cook them on Meet the Gram beat. I'm gonna do Meet the Gram, or I'm gonna do Euphoria. Cause you already know volume 2 of 48 Pillars of Power. That shit it's gonna go crazy. I mean, the beat selection, we got the Future album. We got the 2 Future albums. We got all of the Kendrick and Drake beats. I love Euphoria beat. Of course, Not Like Us beat is stupid. We got to make something to that. And the one of the Drake beats, I think it's Family Ties. I like that. I like those 3 beats. Somebody say, you don't like Drake, Red? I don't like what he represents. You know, I don't know the man personally. He ain't sleep with nobody that I'm involved with. He never took nothing from me personally. It's not about like, you know, I don't like anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to know, I don't like anybody. You know what I mean? Because I'm not here to like niggas. I don't like anybody, but I don't dislike anybody either. You feel me? I'm in a weird place. I don't like niggas, but I don't dislike them either until they give me a reason to. So I know niggas like Drake. You know what I mean? I've grown up with people like Drake. You know, he is who he is. He has qualities that are, you know, that I can identify with. And then he also got qualities that I despise, you know? Yeah, he's tapped into the archangels. Kendrick is tapped into the Metatron. He says it in his verses. You know, Raphael, he summoned Raphael in his last battle. You know, y'all gotta know he's summoning, you know what I mean? He's summoning these he calls himself the Elohim. We're talking about all of this on Sunday. We're talking about all of this on Sunday. I hope y'all get y'all tickets. You know what I mean? I hope the building is packed on Sunday because I'm literally not going outside. I am locked in. My ninjas, like I'm gonna make this shit a certified classic. Like I want Kendrick to see this shit. So when Kendrick sees, when he sees it, I want to make him proud. I want him to be like, yo, I want this shit to be so informative and so filled up with information that I want it to be like a gift when he gets to see that shit. You feel me? So yeah, I'm cooking, bro. I'm going to show the whole Moorish connection with Drake. I'm going to show the Zionist connection with Drake. I'm going to show the Hebrew Israelite Coptic connection with Drake. I'm going to show the Canaan. He's in Canada. I'm going to show the Canaan, the family of Canaan. I'm going to show that connection. I'm going to show how the war that's taking place with the Gaza and Israel is connected to the war that took place in hip hop with the Hebrew versus the fake boy. You know what I mean? I'm going to show all of that. You feel me? And we'll just start with that. You know what I mean? I'm sure other things will come out, but we'll you know, because I don't want to be there all night. We have 2 more parts after that. It's a 4-part series. I opened up part 1 last Sunday, and I'm gonna follow up with part 2 this Sunday. It's on Eventbrite. The link is in the bio or the description. And we cooking, y'all. We cooking. We cooking. I'm invigorated. I'm sparked. I'm inspired. I needed this. You know, I don't know how everybody gets their inspiration or their battery charged and whatnot. I get mine's charged up the way that it comes. You know what I mean? I can't, you know, I'm in service. You feel me? Like I'm in service. However, okay, Lotus, you got your ticket. I see you. I see you. Appreciate y'all. However, the information is presented, that's how I give it. You feel me? Like I'm in service. I make myself available to the spirits, to the angels, to the ancestors, to show me things and to work through me and whatnot. And they ain't let me down since. They ain't let me down since, bro. There might be days where I'll just be sitting around slumped out, you know what I mean? Like, woe is me. And I'll be having to remind myself, bro, you literally are living through the greatest show on earth right now. You're living through the greatest show on earth, and other people ain't here to see this show. And you know they wanted to see this show. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's continue with this Drake breakdown. The spirit of Amaru came through this past weekend. It surely did. It surely did. This was a vacation for many of the God bodies out there who are able to draw energy from this culture. Same way that this culture could take your energy, well, this culture could draw energy. It could give you energy too. So I've been receiving some good energy. I've been channeling a lot of energy into my creativity. Really, that's the best place that I could put that energy is into something creative because I don't want to destroy anything. I just want to build. You feel me? I just want to build. And that's something that I'm going to be able to do with this information that's coming to us. You know what I mean? And information is infinite. Let's be clear. It's always going to be here. You just have to be able to know. You have to become a funnel to channel it. So I am becoming a funnel to channel the information. The day that it stops coming, I'll let y'all know. And I'll turn off, you know what I mean? I'll go radio silent. The day that the channeling stops, you know what I mean? The day that the faucet dries up, I'll let you know. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm talking about? So, Free the Slaves showed you that your favorite rapper is completely out of touch with not just black culture because that's too ambiguous. He's out of touch with woke culture and he's out of touch with black Twitter. There's a lot of people who felt let down because if anybody remembers early Drake, he was considered a conscious backpack rapper. So was J. Cole, and so was Kendrick, and so was little Big Sean. They all started out with a humble pen. It was a friendly pen. It was a pen. It was a pen that was reminiscent on Kanye's pen. That's why they were talking like that because those were Kanye's and they were inspired by Kanye. Think about it. Early Kendrick, he had a conscious pen, right? Section, what was that? Section 80, high powered and all of that. Early J. Cole, he had that pen, right? So that was Ye. That was all Ye, right? Kanye lyrics and Lil Wayne flow, right? So Ye was his main inspiration. Ye was his main inspiration to give us these quote unquote bars, right? That's before he went super dark. That's before Kanye went on a dark fantasy and everything, right? He wasn't rapping like Wayne in the beginning. Remember when Wayne went to jail for a year on Rikers Island and whatnot? That's when Drake first started talking slightly greasy. Slightly greasy. Early Drake was Kanye influence, right? And then he took J. Cole, then he took Big Sean style, that finally famous shit. He kind of snatched his chain type shit. You know when a nigga leaving the club and the last nigga snatch your chain, like he was already on, and then he just was like, let me snatch this nigga little Big Sean chain and take his style from him and jump on the motherfucking Big Sean was next. He snatched his chain. And then when he went to jail, Drake smashed his girl. Now, Drake is one of those weird niggas, ladies who are out here. You know what I'm talking about. You'll be with a nigga, and then you'll break up with that nigga, and then there's this specimen of weird nigga who wants to come behind that man, right, and sleep with you, right? Now, you may feel flabbergasted because you like, oh, I'm lit. Niggas want to knock it down and whatnot. Niggas want to tap this. And, you know, and you'll tell yourself that. And I will interrupt you and say, what about the fact that it's not about you? It's about that nigga who just left you. And nephew is obsessed with that nigga and not you. So nephew, he's gonna go basically like, you know, like imagine if I got up from the table from eating my food and, you know, I'm out. I'm like, yo, throw that away. And another nigga come out the side door and he try to finish my meal. He want to eat my leftovers. You feel me? He want to sit at the table when I leave the joint, not when I'm there. This nigga's in the back kitchen and whatnot, waiting for me to go to the bathroom or something. Or he's waiting for me to leave. And then he comes through and he's like, nah, chill. Don't clear the table. I'm going to come and eat the leftovers. It's not, don't flabbergast yourself, ladies. It's not you. It's these weird homoerotic niggas who like to, they follow niggas. They fuck behind niggas, but it's them chasing the man. That's what Drake did with the Lil Wayne. He tried to take the energy. He tried to soak up the essence of Lil Wayne by sleeping with a woman that that's nasty work. That's nasty work. He tried to quote unquote siphon his energy off by sleeping with the woman that he was sleeping with. And then he's notorious for betting niggas women, right? And y'all know, I know people like that. Notorious for betting other men's women. When that the people, the dude that I know like that, nobody likes him. He's tolerated. You feel me? He's tolerated, but he's gonna get knocked off by somebody that knows him before he gets knocked off by somebody that doesn't know him. Why? Because he keeps crossing the line and doing shit that you used to get fucked up for back in the days. You don't sleep with nobody's woman, bro. You don't fuck behind your mans in them. We don't live like that. Once again, this ain't BMF, nigga. We're not passing women around and sharing them like that, bro. That's not a rule that the streets abide by. Don't let niggas lie to you. You could get your shit pushed back fucking around with somebody's girl out here in these streets. That is literally They are literally leading these young men into an early grave. You see what happened to Trouble in Atlanta. You leave that, so his Achilles heel is the fact that he wasn't getting women like that prior, so now he got to knock everybody's girl down because he's literally catching up to a life that he didn't have prior to him getting some bread. Because if he was rocking with the right type of women and on his come up and whatnot, he wouldn't be pressed to sleep with every single fucking woman who winks at him. You feel me? He wouldn't be pressed. He would have the rules and be like, nah, we don't do that. I don't move like, I'm not knocking down my nigga. I'm not. There's too many women out here for me to be going for leftovers. Anyway, so he's out of touch with black culture. He's out of touch with black Twitter. He's out of touch with woke culture. That alone is a red flag, because how could somebody be running the game and our people have been suffering from all of these years, right? But he never addressed anything. He never said nothing. He never added on to the energy. He never charged that battery. He didn't give you a "we gonna be all right." You niggas was like, God's plan, and that was such a broad statement, right? That's such a broad statement. You know, his Achilles heels is tricking. He never really had a girl or woman to stay down. How could he? He when he got on, if he got on and you didn't see no woman that was down with him, he couldn't have a stay down woman when he got on. And no disrespect to him and whatnot, but he was too moist at that point. He ain't had that gorilla glue. You know what I'm talking about? He wasn't able to stick something. You know what I mean? They wasn't sticking to him like that. Cause he, look at early Drake. You know what I mean? It was given Poindexter. So who, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, who cured him from his Poindexter? The waters of New. The waters of New. You know what I'm talking about? When he got with a certain quality, a certain pedigree of woman, when he got with a certain pedigree, I see it all of the time in Atlanta, because niggas come to Atlanta and get drowned in the waters of New. You know what I mean? I see niggas come to Atlanta to wear bifocals, and in about 3 months, them niggas are not wearing bifocals, bro. And they got swag. You know what I'm talking about? I know niggas who came to Atlanta with acne, bro. They don't got acne no more. They in the waters of New. You know what I mean? They came out here and drowned in Lake Lanier in Magic City, nigga. And one of the things about the waters of New, I'm gonna hit you with some Scorpio metaphysics and whatnot, is that fucking with the right woman or the right ones, you know what I mean? It will grow you up quick, right? As a man, you can't level up as a man by just getting money. It don't make you grow that beard where you looking like you Dominican. Getting money just don't happen just by getting money. It don't just happen by just going to the gym either. You got to get some good quality trap, my nigga. You got to be eating some good snapper. You know what I'm talking about? You got to be loved on. You got to be getting loved on by the right ones. And when you get bathed in the waters of New, it changes you. You know what I mean? That's how you grow up. That's how you level up. You feel me? That's how you man up. So his glow up was not just the BBL. His glow up was the fact that he got embraced by a certain pedigree of women that would never had embraced him if he never did a song with these rappers that he said he helped out. He didn't necessarily help out these rappers, they helped him out by getting him high quality box. That was the trade-off. He wanted those women in Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and that's what he got as the trade-off. The rappers gave him access to their most prized possession, and that is their goddesses or their goddesses that they have. They got names to them. Okay, they're not just fucking mystery. There's names to them. I'm not going to say their names. There's a lot of names, but these are famous strippers and famous prostitutes that are all up and down Vegas, Dallas, Atlanta, Houston, LA, Miami. You know what I mean? Nigga, it's goals out here. They got some girls out here that these niggas will kill for. They inspire them to become trillionaires and billionaires. They are the batteries in some of these men's backs. You know? They are the batteries in some of these men's backs. They're part of the underworld. They're tied into the underworld. Remember, he put the stripper face on the cover of his mixtape or the album with 21, Her Loss, right? He's obsessed. The same way that Kanye was obsessed with the strippers. Because like Kanye said in the song, beautiful big titty women don't fall out of the sky, you know. Beautiful big titty women don't fall out of the sky, you know. And that on that song from the Vultures album, Kanye was establishing the fact that he was the nerd who got bad chicks or baddies to start sleeping with the nerds. Right? It was Kanye in this song. He's establishing, I was the one who started getting you niggas laid by the grade A of these women that we're all after. That we all do this for. Y'all are in the audience. The regular, y'all in the audience. Y'all not a part of that comment. They have their sights set on a certain group of women that all of them go after. Cat Williams told you that them niggas in Hollywood get married to those women, right? But there's a thin line between them women now. Some of them you don't know who's a prostitute, you don't know who's an escort, you don't know who's a sex worker, and then it's hard to decipher who's high maintenance or high quality amongst those flocks these days, because they poisoned that well. They poisoned that water by mixing in all of that low quality in it. You know what I mean? But that's who them dudes are out there putting on for. It's beyond the vixens. The vixens ain't nothing no more. The vixens, nigga. The vixen, nigga. Melissa Ford is working with Joe Button. The vixens are dead, nigga. There's no vixens running shit. The vixens ain't making moves. The strippers are. And they got sway. You playing. You might not be in that world, but they got major sway and major pull on these rappers. And they make songs about them. They make anthems about them. They have beefs about them. Niggas is getting killed about them. They people out here getting rich, putting on. They out here getting rich, so they can impress these women. You know, strippers will make you level up, nigga. And I'm not endorsing anything. I'm just saying I'm giving you a snapshot of the culture. You might not be a part of that culture, so you probably don't understand the nuances of said culture. But yeah. It's the only now it's the only fan girls. You got to remember the strippers, the club, the girls that were dancing, they have evolved into the OnlyFans girls. So that's who's running this shit, right? I thank you for cleaning that up, because back in the days when he was first coming up, it was the strip clubs. It was Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. It was those girls that's who he became a trick for. That's who he started buying all of this stuff for. That's who he was tricking on. And, eventually pillow talking, girls will play you against one another. Pillow talking, niggas on the side hating, you know, all of that shit start taking place. So yeah, niggas hate him. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna like a person like that when you out here knocking down my leftovers, or you know, they don't like that. People don't niggas will kill, niggas die every day over shit like that. Low key. Niggas get set up, they get robbed, they get set up, they get backdoored, and it usually be over the fact that you have too much motion. Too much motion. There's such a thing as having motion, but there's such a thing as having too much motion. And when you got too much motion, niggas will be like, you a threat. You know, you a threat at this point. Don't nobody feel comfortable with their woman in the skybox and your ass, your thirsty, shiesty ass is in there. And they know if they go to the bathroom, you are susceptible to slip her the fucking number, or your you might airdrop your sex tape. Nah, nobody is feeling that. No, we don't give a fuck how famous you are. You could get get your shit rocked if you know what I mean, if you don't know how to manage your lower self. So the disrespect of Tupac's legacy and Snoop Dogg's legacy by putting out the AI song was one of his major missteps. He messed up when he did that. The question is, my nigga, you couldn't call Snoop on the phone, and then you went ahead and got two West Coast artists against somebody from the West Coast. So you were trying to initiate some type of mutiny by using fake friends? Like, who is on your team that told you to do that? I don't understand. Who told you that? Because that right there, that was one of the that was the beginning of your strategies, right? And if we were all playing chess on some Bobby Fischer shit, that was the move that got the other pieces. That was the move that got your opponent to draw up a play where he was able to checkmate you in like 4 steps. That was the move that showed your hand when you were so arrogant that you threw a little throwaway in the middle of it, but that throwaway turned into a grenade. Drake, Aubrey, Jimmy, right? That's what happened. So it backfired on you. The estate told you to take it down, right? But this is where the exposure comes in, and this is where Kendrick Lamar was able. He built the case on you from afar. He emailed the case in, right? So he was already building a case on you, and then the same person you have a ring from Tupac. He bought a ring, guys. Drake bought a ring at auction, right? Because you know they auction off our people's heirlooms. Drake went and bought it at auction, right? So he bought a Tupac ring. So you mean to tell me the family don't even respect the fact that you paid a few $1 million for the man's ring and they still told you to take it down? That's crazy. That's crazy. That means that you, Mr. Aubrey Graham, don't have the type of pull. You don't got that type of quote unquote, but he was being arrogant. Once again, that was the Jewish side of him, because he figured that who was going to protect them? Lucian, UMG, right? And to make matters worse, technology is advanced during wars. So this was a battle that turned into a war. What technology got advanced? The technology, because hip hop, I got this from the professor, hip hop is intricately tied into technology. Without technology, there's no hip hop. The quote unquote turntable, right? That was the fact that they came up with the switchboard, the turntables and everything. That was technology innovation. The needle and the break beat, that was technology in a sense. The quote unquote drum machine, that was technology. When they do the voice change and whatnot, that's technology. You feel me? The sample machine, that's technology. So technology and hip hop intricately related. And one thing about technology is that it always is going to evolve. It's not stagnant. Sampling, it's technology, right? Auto-tune, that's technology, right? All of that shit from the tape deck going to the disc, the CD disc player, the Walkman, right? Going into the iPod, going into the quote unquote iTunes, and then going right to Spotify. That's all technology, right? So the fact that AI was introduced in the middle of this battle and it will always be cemented, that was the introduction to technology. That's still technology. AI is technology. You will see a year from now what I mean by the fact that they ushered in technology in the middle of that battle and whatnot. You are going to see UMG roll out a tiered service. And that tiered service is going to offer individuals the opportunity to make music with dead rappers that are on the UMG roster. So if you, let's say you pay $20 a month to the UMG service, I could go in there and I could make a song with Tupac on the fucking hook now because they own the rights. I might have to pay extra for Michael Jackson, but I could get Whitney on the hook. I could get Tupac on the song, and I could get Biggie on the other verse. We could do a BBL Drake together, right? You're going to pay a fee for it, but that's what's coming with AI. Generative AI for the music. They already have it in its preliminary stages, and it's addictive. It is addictive. I promise you. People are going to latch on to that. But Drake being the one to roll that out, I know that Lucian was behind that. I know that he got a check for doing that. But it was a failure. For right now, it was a failure. And it goes as an L or a X on that record. Right? So the disrespect of Pac's legacy and also Snoop. You're not down with Pac. You can't bring him out on AI, bird ass. You can't do that. Like Dr. Dre, that was still disrespect. Was it that who brought Snoop out as a hologram? If Dr. Dre is anywhere around Snoop as a hologram, then the hologram Tupac should smack that nigga. If he ain't smacking him, Dr. Dre don't need to be around him because in real life, you would not find Tupac next to Dr. Dre. So don't pull up with his fucking hologram and stand a nigga next to Dr. Dre because now you're posing. That is the same thing with fucking Tupac. Imagine if Drake did a fucking album cover and he was trying to look gangster with the fake Tupac and Snoop Doggy Dogg AI. Come on, fam. We can't do that. We can't do that. That's not right. That's desecration. That's what them people do. That's what them people do. Real quick though, we're gonna go to BBL Drake. We're gonna take a bathroom break. All right, and we're gonna be right back. Listen to some BBL Drake.
Hold up. Is this the one?
In a tight spot, but you gotta be aware that I'm gonna give y'all five.
They gonna be wondering where their career. There you go. Why is you still here, nigga? You make it. Yeah, he should have punched in. You should be looking real clear. Time to go back to that wheelchair.
Don't act like you don't know me.
Take a few minutes
to the wheelchair. All right, that was one of the better ones. That was one of the better ones.
It's BBL Drizzy. BBL.
Be right back.
Shit is so catchy.
Let's get some water.
Shit, that was one of the better ones.
Take a breather, and then we'll be right back.
Hold up. Is this the one I think I heard already? No, I don't. This is the kid. I don't think I heard this one. Let me see.
These hands without a trophy. Maybe it ain't no mystery. Got the best BBL in history. This cake will make you.
This nigga sneezing.
Metro
intro booming, made some drums, Drake. I know you regretting that. And it seems like you got yourself in a tight spot, but you gotta be aware of that. I'ma give y'all 5 quick facts. Stay on your toes, nigga, never relax. If you really got 2 children, seen off them raps, I take better care of the kids. My sack, now fact number 2.
Hey, yo.
When I was 12, I used to fuck with you, but I heard if you touch some kids, you a dangerous dude, so I asked her what Jesus do. He would smite you, and that's the right move, because that's what I would do. That's what the light would do. It's what my mother.
This nigga smited this nigga, bro.
My father do. We going chemo in the club, how we ball on you. These allegations getting jitty, how they fall on you. You a bitch, how these nigga putting paws on you. I'ma let you take a quick breather, nigga. Millie Bobby Brown is calling you. Now fact number 3, it's the call done yet. God's gonna make you. Just wait and see. We fight for the light, my nigga. Don't play with me. I move with love. It means I'm eternal, so that means that I cannot die. But you kill yourself for a little more meticulous suicide with every night. So it's about time for you to explain these crimes. So fact number 4, it's true that you kissed that 17-year-old girl when you out on tour.
Oh no.
You waited for another to turn 18, so you went out for it. A nice little spot trying to make it your thought, but you never thought actions forward. Cause everything that's done.
I feel like his flow's a little bit off. He's forcing the lyrics a little bit. He's forcing the lyrics, bro. Drake visits the plastic surgeon. What we got here? Juju. Oh, I think this is the one I heard. This is the best one I've heard so far. I believe this is the one. Because I have a heart on this one. BBL Drizzy. BBL.
And I'm scared, man. But I'm gonna get some. If a nigga fly in the air, bro, trying to shake some, ain't gonna none. Mac out, nigga. Back down, trying to run away, I'm laying back out. Like, what's a plan of attack now? Better pull a call and throw the flag out, nigga, back out. If I had a daughter that just turned 11, I'd be scared of 12 too. If I did some shit that would ban me from heaven, I'd be scared of 12 too. In my house, but it's 15 on myself, nigga, that's you.
That's you.
It's on there, say speak up.
Hold on, that's safe. Where you going?
You tried this laugh too. We saw the last time he came in contact with a gun, nigga. Nigga, the whole world that's not, man. On your daughter, though.
Yeah, he in the lead right now. Apparently he only 17. How y'all?
同じ気持ちだろ始めた当初は金を得たら今のありさまそこんとこどうよ俺の周り
It's like as much as I want to listen. Yeah. He right. He floating on the beat. He from the beat. I just don't know what to fucking, bro. We can Google Translate this shit. There was a shot. We jumping people. All right, what you?
Spencer, this ranch and your legacy.
Baby, I'll resign. Baby, I'll resign. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Don't act like you don't know me. I know you seen the glow up. If y'all not enjoying this shit, then what the fuck? I mean, goddamn. Good. Woo. This shit is fucking. This is hilarious, bro. This is hilarious. Whoever writing this script, y'all niggas Pulitzer Prize. Perfect. This shit is hilarious, boy. So let's talk about let's dive more into this man's mishaps because there were many. We are learning what not to do in war, right? So the last thing that we talked about, his disrespect for Snoop Dogg's legacy and his definite disrespect for the legacy of Tupac Amaru Shakur, who wouldn't, he would feel like DMX felt about him in real life. He'd be like, who is this dude? Right? Who is this dude? I don't like his face. You know what I mean? Who is son? You know, back in the days, you know, you couldn't bring niggas around. Who is son? Fuck. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, man. You know, you have to try to vouch for the niggas if they was soft. Like, nah, chill, that's my chill, he came with me. He wouldn't be able to rock. You know what I mean? You said suppose Metro didn't make no, Metro made that BBLB. What you talking about? That nigga said he giving away a free beat. And if he reposted it, it don't even matter. It already got a life of its own. And it's out of the whole battle, outside of the genius shit that it was going down in the battle, BBL Drizzy might be the most genius shit out of the whole battle. BBL Drizzy might be the most that might be the best song. It's UGC, right? He showed that this battle is different from any other battle because he's able to generate user generated content in a rap battle. That's never happened before. You feel me? That's never happened before. User generated content, UGC, in a rap battle. Drake got 4,000 ops, bro. You know what I mean? You talking about bringing the Avengers together? Shit. Bringing the Avengers together. Metro Boomin brought all the Avengers together. So now, when Drake wake up, every day there's about 100 songs waiting for him from people that he don't even know. And keep in mind, he is the king of the demographics that, you know, all corporate all of corporate America is targeting 17-year-olds going all the way up to like 25-year-olds, right? That is the preferred quote unquote demographics of the future, right? Of the now. This is who corporate America aims at. This is who Hollywood is making movies to speak to. This is who the music industry is focusing on. That's what their budgets are directed towards, 17-year-olds to 25-year-olds. Henceforth, why they are signing younger artists. You know what I mean? They're signing like 13-year-olds, you know, going back to that whole thing with Chief Keef in 2012 when they signed him to all of that money. That kind of was around the same time that they began to pivot. That was around the time of Trayvon Martin's ritualistic sacrifice. And that is around the same time when they changed the demographics, right? They did the ritual on a young boy, right? They did the ritual on young Trayvon, right? During the halftime show, right, with the Magic, right, in 2012, right, the 2012, which was a charged up year. So after they put him on trial, because they put Trayvon on trial, not Zimmerman. Zimmerman wasn't on trial. They put Trayvon Martin, who was already a cadaver. He was deceased. So his archetype, right? They kept saying the hood, the hood. He had a hood. He had the black hood, the black hood. But when they showed his hood in evidence during the trial, the hood was gray. He got killed by a Spanish Jew, right? He got assassinated by a Spanish Jew, right? So you don't know. You got to understand history to understand what you were looking at. Because once again, you if you don't have the eyes to see certain things, you will not see it. They do everything in your face. Why hide? Why hide when your pineal gland is decalcified? Why would I hide? I'm hiding, and it's in plain sight. You don't know what you're looking at. That's the only difference. Everything is in front of you. You just don't know what you're looking at. That's like going to Europe. You walking all up and down Europe. You have no fucking idea that there's statues that look like you staring at you. You don't know you don't have the historical reference. So Zimmerman puts the boy down. They put Trayvon archetype. The remember everybody was like, I am Trayvon, I am Trayvon. They embodied Trayvon. They made Black America embody Trayvon. They made Black America become Trayvon. They sacrificed him and then they made everybody him. Did you see it? In hindsight, right? Because you didn't see it while you were in the when you was in the pot. You didn't realize you was getting cooked. But in hindsight, as you step back, can you see how they did the greatest ritual, the greatest? And don't tell me, oh, it's just a coincidence that certain things lined up. No, no, it's not a coincidence. It was intentional. They cooked you niggas. They cooked you. They put you in a fucking deep fry, in an air fryer. They cooked the fuck out of black people, and they still spirit cooking you to right now. Are you dumb? You didn't see what happened? They rocked you. Yeah, everybody was wearing hoodies, eating Skittles, so you were all Trayvon. So when they was in court desecrating that man's spirit and killing him for a second time, and when they acquitted Zimmerman, that's how they were able to do the magic. That's how they cut your legs off. You never got up after that. They cut your legs off. It was a ritual. It was high level. They did the magic through the courts. You know what I mean? But it was wizardry. They cut your legs off. They Jimmy Brooks you. They put you in a fucking wheelchair, just like Jimmy Brooks. Facts. That's how they did the younger generation, and vicariously the older generation, because y'all did not knock Zimmerman down. So the older niggas, the older fake gangsters, they got their gangster test. They gangster got exposed, and they put a spell on mothers. They put a spell on grannies, aunties. They put a spell on everyone in the Black America when they executed and they killed that boy. And he was on Obama's watch, right? Wasn't Obama there? Yeah, they did the illest ritual, cooked the shit out of Black America. If Zimmerman would have got touched up, that would have never happened. But the fact that he didn't get touched up and people didn't realize what was going down in front of them, they just had to pay. The price is being paid. Please make no mistake about it. Because prior to Trayvon Martin, they wasn't doing the police killings like that. They wasn't hanging niggas. They wasn't cutting women up and dismembering them. They wasn't, you know what I mean? White boys wasn't hooking off on niggas. They wasn't world starring you. Across outside of America, they wasn't running down on passport bros and two-piecing them. They wasn't robbing you outside of America. They're doing that now. That's what they're doing now. They realize that Americans is ass. They thought that y'all were tougher than you put on, and you wasn't. You failed the test, and the white boys dumped on you And now they're coming back for a second round. When Trump comes back in, they're gonna take out all of their animosity through because he allowed them to shit on you the first time, and they're just gonna turn it up, and they're gonna aim at the woke people, right? And then it culminated. It started with Trayvon, and it culminated in 2020 when niggas really got played out, and that's with George Floyd. And by the time it gets to George Floyd, the police is killing you. But in 2012, a civilian who wanted to be the police was killing you. See how that works? But anyway, the fact that Drake started his song with his mother saying, don't start this song saying, and he was like, nigga, 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 nigga. And then the whole second verse of Family Ties, where he's on the he's on a drill beat, right? The whole Family Ties. What is he doing? He's just saying nigga. I call it the nigga verse. So it's nigga every minute in the verse. Nigga, 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 nigga. So I said on Black Magic 363, I'm like, yo, I know a spell when I hear one. Kendrick just hit his ass with a spell. So I promise you, the next time we hear the word nigga coming out of his mouth, it is going to sound cringeworthy. And rightfully so, it sounded cringeworthy. It didn't sound like he was trying when he was saying it. It didn't flow naturally. It sounded like he was forcing it. So that was another one of his missteps. Melanated people who are respectful of themselves. You can't measure or weigh anything Drake is doing around teenagers and niggas who don't respect themselves, because once again, they are the same people that let white people play with them in their face. They let Europeans play in their backyards. They let Europeans play in their face. The women let Europeans play all in their throat, all in their face. They don't stand for nothing. They talking about they the ones who be like, yo, Red Pill trying to free the slaves. So if you saying I'm trying to free the slaves, then where does that place you in the scheme of things? Like, you're not even on the field at that point. Because you can't be in a house. You are the glorified help. You don't own the house. I don't care who you are. If you telling me that I'm trying to free the slaves, unless you the slave master, you the glorified help. And then you don't remember, we are in a race against other races, and our people are not racing with us. They're racing against us. That's why we can't never get nowhere. That's why nothing can't never get nowhere, because there's a whole race of people that are racing against each other. You trying to sabotage me in my race against these other races, because your inferiority complex can't allow me to win the race. You can't allow me to win a race against another race, and you part of my race, and you want to stop me from winning the race with us because you want to see them win the race. That level of programming is crazy. That's called deep fried. That's deep fried buffoonery right there. That's when the shit is on 3 levels. That's where people is at with it right now. That niggas is deep fried and whatnot. So why would I even waste time? Why I wouldn't even acknowledge no people like that. So he's out of touch. He, if you rocking with somebody who talks about your people like that, then when we're not looking, you know what they're doing with y'all, right? When we're not around, you know how they're gonna treat you. I don't have to tell you. It's a no-brainer. You know, he's already letting you know what it is, but people are addicted to pain, and trauma, it creates memories. So some people just want to be memed up. They want that. They want to get traumatized. So they want to be around people who treat them like a help and like, objects and fetishes and stuff. So it's part of the programming. It's nothing that you could do at this point in the game. The programming is too deep. Shit started with Nickelodeon, my niggas. You know. So the next misstep that he made, the next slip up that he made, is the fact that he showed us a new level of victimhood mentality, something that we were not familiar with for a very long time, because we were used to people, you know, standing on business and being able to, you know, accept their fate for whatever the fuck their hand called for. But nah, now with Aubrey, no, he's giving us this new level of victimhood consciousness where he is doing what? He's running to the police. He's running to UMG, Universal Music Group, his bosses. He's running to the Canadian police. I even heard that he's running to the feds because his house got shot at, right? But he's not realizing that he was playing gangster. Nobody was forcing him to talk tough. Nobody was forcing him to talk tough. Yeah, Ebro is a band. He's a band. He's the whole New York is like that. They all like that. You know, Ebro don't know who he want to be, and Ebro got a count. He's gonna be talked to one day because Ebro was the program director in New York. He wasn't no just radio. He's the program director. He's the program director. So he's responsible for killing New York. He's responsible for killing hip hop over many years, and he's hiding his hands. He's one of them niggas. He's another. He's an amalgamated Moor, just like Drake, who's throwing rocks, hiding hands, and playing the victim. Ebro got blood on his hands, more than Funk Master Flex when it comes to what happened to hip hop. Ebro was the program director. He was responsible for not playing Wu-Tang. He is responsible for pushing Drake. He is responsible for pushing gangbangers through our airwaves all up and down New York throughout the years. Ebro is a poser. He is a poser. He is going. I said to somebody the other, I told y'all, whoever wins, men who act like women are gonna do what women do, because the women naturally are gonna go with the winner. The women naturally gonna choose up. The women naturally are they're gonna level up. Okay, Kendrick likes some smart. Women is gonna be smart. They don't have a problem with conforming to whatever frequency the man who they said is in the lead is on. If you don't understand women right now, just go sit and talk to them. They're going to, but they're not gonna. They're not gonna. They're not going to level up collectively. I'm talking about not individuals. This is the collective. Collectively, they're not going to get on a higher frequency if a collective of men are not on that frequency and demanding that they level up. You got to demand that they level up, not with your words, my genius, with your actions. You can't be Debo, and you can't even say it. You just have to do it, and you got to be it. It has to be body language, talking more than your mouth. And to be honest with you, another thing that I learned from this Kendrick battle, if you're a rapper, just rap. You didn't hear Kendrick talking. I don't even want to hear his voice. If you're a rapper, rap, nigga. Talk through your rap. You have to, if you're a musician, then speak through your music. Stop talking. You know? You diminish the package like that. If Kendrick was running his mouth and telling everybody what he was going to do or explaining what he did, it would take away from the value of his art. Stop talking. Do art. You feel me? If you mean like that on the mic, pause. No Diddy. If you mean like that with the pen, then why don't you just talk through your art? If you're an artist, why don't you talk through your clothing and just shut the fuck up? You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking to myself too. You know what I mean? You just take pictures and let your design language speak for you. Oh, I know what Red is on. He's in all black with the black Nikes. He's on that time right now. You feel me? And I don't even have to put a caption. You let your art speak for itself. Or you put installations together, you put shows together, you paint statement pieces, and you just stand there and you let your body, you let your aura speak for you. You don't have to say more by saying less. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. You don't have to hear from Kendrick for 4 years. He don't have to say one word. It will not take away from the fact that you know what time he's on, you know what he's about, you know what he's, you know what I mean? He done told you what he's on, he done told you what he's doing, right? So the music will take you where you need to go. It's not just the music, it's really the art. You know what I mean? People don't realize they have a hard time separating the art from the music, and it's really art in motion. It just comes out as music. You can't ever put an age on that. You can't tell a person, you can't police anyone's imagination. I would suggest that you don't do that, because it could end, it could be, it could be, you could be on a collision course with interfering with somebody's manifestations and their quote unquote streams of consciousness and whatnot. Let people be great. Let them be great. All right. So the victimhood mentality, he's throwing rocks and he's hiding his hands. We know in any type of situation, he's gonna tell. That's one. He will do a Takashi 6ix9ine. He's not gonna be Treyway. He's not gonna fall on his sword. He's not gonna stand up for the program. All right. That's not gonna happen with Aubrey Graham. He's telling. So if anybody does anything around him and implicate him and makes it hot for him, he's telling. The people around him, I think that they got dirty hands and whatnot. And, if they ever run down on his embassy, he's telling. Is the Drake shooting real? Until I see it on film, it's not. Until I see it on film, it's not. Ebro got beef with Papoose and Buckshot? Said word? I didn't know that. Explain that to me. That's my people's right there. Until I see that shooting, I don't believe anything. What if they shot the security guard because the security guard was the mole and then brought his ass outside and called the police? What if they had everybody on a lie detector test and the security guard failed and he became the mole? Because if you don't think after Drake got his ass whooped, he didn't have an emergency meeting and brought everybody in OVO to find out who the damn mole is. If you don't think that they had one of those Nino Brown scenes where niggas was sitting at the table and everybody was strapped up to a polygraph test, if you don't think that, and he lives in a neighborhood with the quote unquote Hell's Angels, he's been buddied up with one of the leaders of the Hell's Angels, and he also has the ADL on his side. So a drive-by, he could call in a drive-by like a fucking Uber Eats. He could order a drive-by. Yeah, I need you to pull up and hit something, right? Because think about it. Now that his house is taped off and people are feeling sympathy for him, anything that he wanted to destroy in terms of evidence, I mean? You could do that. Anything that you wanted to do where, you like, yo, I'm getting rid of these niggas. These niggas gotta go. All of the wassa, they gotta go. They gotta flee from Drake. The man have to flee from Drake. So now he has an excuse to cut his crew off because he could not stay with that crew anymore. The stakes are too high. He got exposed. Kendrick came in and fucking ransacked that mansion. He came in like the dragon on Game of Thrones and he scorched his earth. He scorched everything around Drake. He burnt up everything around Drake. You feel me? He burned him up. He burnt him up like a dragon. This is the year of the dragon. Kendrick came through like a dragon and burned up everything. He can't stand next to Chubbs no more, nigga. He can't stand next to Baca. He can't stand next to no shooters. All of his shooters gotta be Mossad at this point. They gotta be IDF. They gotta be from his mama's side. She's going to tell that boy, get away from them niggas, or you can't even talk to me. Mother's Day is on Sunday. She is not gonna let her son, that Jewish woman is not gonna let her son go leave her house into the arms of these black boys. She's not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's too close to his mother. She's calling a moratorium on them black friends. That them days is over. Kendrick killed that. He don't want to be around them niggas, bro. He don't even want to be here. He want to go somewhere to cry. He gotta keep his mask on. He want to go somewhere to sulk. That's a fact. That nigga want to go to the Dead Sea and just go float in some goddamn salt water. That's what he want to do. He want to go to the Dead Sea and he want to bang his head on that wall that they be doing over there, the Wailing Wall. This nigga want to go bang his head on that wall. How about that? So here's another thing that he did that was a slip up, a nail in his coffin. XXX Tentacion's death suspicions and mentioning the name of the dead. That's where he fucked up. Right? That's where he fucked up. Once again, Cat Williams said that everything is coming out this year. There's a lot of releases coming out this year. There's a lot of blockbusters dropping. Right? So the speculation about his involvement in this young man who, you know, had the quote unquote, remember? He was up next. Right? Why does everybody up next die? Drakeo the Ruler. Same name as Drake. Him and Drake had a little thing, but then Drake did a song with him. Right? He dies on the way up. Dolph on the way up. Pop Smoke on the way up. I'm not saying homie got nothing to do with it. Triple X and Tashion on the way up. All I'm saying is, you know, there are hitmen. There's murder for hire in this mafia run industry. It's murder for hire. I lay down the law on April the 7th. Me, Blue, and Al Kibalon did an 8-hour lecture. Right? We did an 8-hour lecture, and in my part, I laid down the history of the people who Drake's mother come from. I gave you the moment that they got converted. We tied them into what they called the it was a group of people that used to kill people in Europe. It was a group of killers, murderers, PDFs, people who deal with PDF, and they was getting ran up out of different countries and whatnot because of their ways. Then I showed you the Rothschilds. Then I showed you how the Rothschilds created Is It Real? Then I showed you mad things in that lecture. I showed you the mafia connection. And when I say mafia, I'm talking about the Jewish mafia, not the Italians. Two totally different things, huh? Two totally different things. We talking peaches and oranges. We're talking peaches and oranges. That's not the same. They will not show you who they are when they ran Hollywood. So why would they show you movies about who they are when the devil can't show their hand? I'm supposed to give you the Italian mafia and throw you in that direction. Why would I show my hand? You know what I mean? Who plays spades? You don't show your hand. You don't show your hand. You hold those books. The mafia that runs Hollywood and the mafia that runs Vegas and the mafia that runs Los Angeles, they're not on TV telling on themselves. They're not on TV telling on themselves. They're not making movies about themselves. But Maya Langsky and all of them, the Purple Murder Inc., the Purple Gang, all of these long nosed killers, right? These are the ones that are whacking people in Hollywood as I speak. They've been whacking people. They whacking them all around the world right now. You feel me? These people come from the same group of people that's killing babies right now that the whole world is protesting. Make Gaza great again. These are the same people. So when I hear that XXX got knocked off by some street hooligans and whatnot, the connection between street hooligans and these mafia figures is not 1 degree of separation. Like they get hit, they get paid to do hits. They get handed the gun, they get paid to do hits in the hood for certain groups of peoples with long noses. I need you to know this. Sometimes these people exasperate beefs and whatnot, and like how similar to how Vlad and Adam 22, they exasperate beef. So what about this guy you got beef with? So what about this person that you got beef with? So what about that time you had this? So what about that? So they'll start fanning the flames of a conflict, and then they'll do what? They'll fund both sides of the conflict. When they ask you about the person you got beef with, the minute you leave Vlad's studio, he's going to call that person. If you said that person's name, he's going to call that person to come and do an interview to do what? To answer the claims that you made. So what is he doing? Instigating, and he's fanning the flames because they promote death, destruction, and also quote unquote conflict. That is what they make money off of. That is what they've perfected. That is in their nature. And us as a people, they'll throw you some peanuts and whatnot. Niggas in poverty, they'll throw a little stimulus package at you, and you start mandingo wrestling because you don't have nothing and you need something. And they got something. The devil. What did my brother Daoud rise in power? We love the devil because they give us nothing. You know what I mean? Man loves the devil because he gives them nothing. So they give you nothing. That fiat is nothing. That shit is a fucking piece of paper that evaporates. It's nothing. And you wipe it's toilet paper. But people are out here selling a soul, body, and a mind for a piece of toilet paper. I'm not doing it. I'll be dead broke before I do some dumb shit like that. You know, say cat saying nigga is a spell. Yeah, well, the other misstep that he made before we get out of here is underage grooming and the pedo claims. So he's trying to push back against, he's not saying anything. Well, yeah, in the Heart 6, he said that he makes too much money to be a pedo. Tell that to Polite. That was the dumbest shit that I ever heard, but whatever. You make too much money to be a pedo. So there are numerous videos on TikTok. I got a page on I got it on my page. I got a video on my page. There's videos on WorldStar. There's videos on X, formerly known as Twitter. And if y'all still on Facebook, I think there's videos on there as well where there's evidence of him grooming hard body. Like, and it's not just one, there's a lot of them. You know? Well, he had his tribunal, and his tribunal was in Florida Supreme Court. That was his tribunal because he dodged. He didn't want to stand up for the real tribunal that his community wanted to give him. So his other tribunal was from a white man or a white woman, for that matter. That's how that works. You feel me? So there's videos out here where he's grooming. I mean, God damn it, Millie Bobby, a little girl that he took to dinner. You feel me? Like I said, when he leaked, if they put out a federal investigation on him and they could do the forensics on his computer, if it was ever shown that he leaked his own video, his own obscenity, his own if he was responsible for leaking it on his own, then that would just add on to the fact that he is went past grooming. He's gone past grooming. He's entered into a whole nother realm in the pedo world and whatnot because he's exposed himself to all of the little girls and the little boys. Right? And because of his popularity and because of the heights of his quote unquote, you know, of his fame and everything, right? Or the heights of his celebrity, it's almost like dropping, you know, the higher you go up, whenever you drop something, right? It's the large, the long, you know, the greater it's going to what explode. It's like going on top of the Empire State Building and dropping a watermelon versus if you were standing on a 3-story building roof and you dropped a watermelon. Yeah, it's gonna wreck shit, it's gonna splatter all over the place. But if you drop a watermelon from the Empire State Building, so that's akin to the heights of his celebrity. His celebrity is at the heights of the Empire State Building. So him leaking a sex tape is a gift to all of those underage girls that he's been grooming. 100x though, right? It's not just the little girls. He put it out there that he's into little girls by putting out the breadcrumbs of him grooming little girls, right? He's talking to other little girls. There's a language being spoken, but it's not verbally. The language in his songs, that's the underpinning of what he would do to them and what he would do for them and what he wants to do around them. That's the underpinnings of it, right? And then he'll give you a tape. He'll leak a picture or he'll leak a tape to where he's showing them what exactly they're gonna get. You understand? So there's no speculation as to what they're gonna get. So now all of that is established, right? He's already established what it is. The only thing left to establish now is where he's gonna meet them under the guise of privacy and when. See how that works? You see how that works? It's not difficult. He already created an environment of it's past anything else because if he leaked his own privates and he's a groomer, not of grown women, not of aunties, not of gilfs. It ain't like he was chasing the women with the fucking with no teeth and whatnot. Gumby, damn it. He's not running after Gumby, damn it. He's not running after fucking cougars. He's not cougar chasing. When did he show up with a cougar? Madonna kissed him and the nigga almost he almost melted. Like remember what was it with Biff when Biff was it looked like a blob. Was that Weird Science? A fucking cougar kissed him. The nigga almost cried on stage. So Every single Zionist, Israeli, Jew, all of them are Hasidics. All of them from Bermuda to Bahamas to Jamaica to Israel to South Africa to Manhattan to Ibiza to Colorado to Cleveland. All of them were Drake. All of them are Drake. So when they're in the club and they look in the mirror, they're like, I'm Drake. When they spraying on the fucking brute cologne and whatnot, they're like, I'm Drake. When the Israeli raver is taking ecstasy and putting, you know, gel in his hair, I'm Drake. I'm gonna go take down one of these ebonies and whatnot, you know, give him the business. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep. Because remember, for a young Jewish man to bed a black woman, right, or what they call an ebony, that's like a rites of passage. You become a man once you take down a wildebeest. You know what I mean? Like it's the version of hunting. It's their version of hunting to bed a black woman, right? You know, because y'all are like wild horses. You know what I mean? Y'all are like wild beasts to them. Y'all are like that. They fetish you. They don't love you. They fetish you. That's why they're cutting you up and chopping you up and dismembering you, because the fetish has mutated. The fetish has mutated. They went past. They've already kind of like got past the sexual fetishment. Now they want to just delectable Negro. They want to dismember you. They want to eat you. They want to cut you up. They want to have sex with you, but they also want to kill you at the end. You understand? That's what they're doing. They do the same thing to them people in Gaza. They did the same thing to them Israeli. Go and check it out. Go and do your research. They do the same thing to the Palestinian women. They do the same thing to their children. Yeah, you're on a menu. You understand? I hope y'all understand what you're seeing. The fetishment has evolved. It has devolved into a hatred, and they're taking the hatred out by dismembering you. You never saw that before. Whatever, if that was taking place, it didn't make the news. You know, they've been disappearing people for a long time and putting their bodies in acid and doing all kind of stuff. But now, back to back Twitter dates. First date, he chopped her up. Twitter date, Tinder date, first date. She going missing. It's a white boy that look like an incel. These white boys look like, how the fuck did you even go out on a date with him, white boy? These niggas is looking like they looking like they play for these white boys is looking like they play for the motherfucking the Green Packers and shit. You know what I mean? That's what y'all on? That's what y'all into? Okay. You giving a white boy a chance to look desperate, and you wonder why drastic things. I mean, come on now. It can't be that bad in the dating pool. Shit. That's why I say you Negroes, yeah. You know, everything that's going on in society is at the hands of these Negroes. I will never blame the women for the dismal state of affairs. I know where it's coming from. If it was more Kendricks, if there was more men who were more disciplined, if there was more men standing on business, we wouldn't be having other people from other races chopping our women up. That's really a middle finger to show black men. Like I said earlier, you are pussy with a capital P in the eyes of your opposition. Not in my eyes. I'm scared of you niggas. I'm still scared of y'all. But for the opposition, oh no, you niggas is sweet like bear meat. Don't even say nothing. They're done with you. So pornography leads to their hatred, right? The pornography, it's extreme pornography at this point. That leads to their hatred. That leads to their fetishment. That leads to them want to chop you up. That leads to them want to chop the men up and your phallus and kill you. That's why the cops are killing you, because of the fact that you're piping their women down and they just can't take it anymore. So they're gonna kill you, right? Zimmerman is built like that. He was one of those niggas who were he was moist in the presence of real men out of Florida. You know them niggas is in Florida. The imagine how they feel about niggas riding around in dunks with all gold in their mouth, with wicks in their hair, knocking down white girls. Imagine how niggas like Zimmerman feel in Florida because black men in Florida are chosen by their women. Imagine how they feel. Think about that. Think about that. So yeah, they out here killing our women because they hate the men, and they're not built. They will kill a woman before a man to hurt us. So a white man will kill our women to get to us. They won't come and kill us, but they'll kill the woman though. They'll kill a black woman. They'll kill a woman. That's the way that they get to us. Because keep in mind, these men are going to jail. They didn't kill themselves afterwards. They're doing it knowing I'm going to jail. They're going to be protected in jail by the same people that Drake was in the video with. The Aryan Nation. You can't ride bikes in jail. So all of the Harley Davidson, all of the bike riders are Aryan Nation. They're the white gangs in the jail. There's no motorcycles in the fucking jail. So they're just they're out there killing black people, and the Mexicans is with the whites and they're ganging up on us. That's who Drake was in the video with. Family ties at the end. One of the heads of the Hells Angels. Because they're big in Montreal, correct? In Canada, one of the headquarters is in Montreal, and in his suburbs is where one of the top capos or top, because you might sleep on a Hells Angel, but that's one of the biggest gangs in America. Like I said, when they get locked up, they take the bike away and they become the Aryan Nation behind the fucking wall. And that's one of the biggest gangs that's putting swords through niggas all around these jails. They killing niggas every other day in these jails and whatnot. That's who Drake is aligned with. So he do it to himself. Nobody's doing anything to your king. He's doing it to himself, ladies. Nobody is doing this to your king, little man. He did it to himself. It's just it's me. It's me. Don't look. Don't shoot the messengers. It's me. It's I'm just pointing things out, and I'm trying to be as. I don't want to ever look back on this and cringe. You feel me? I don't ever want to review, my work and be cringeworthy. So I'm trying to refrain from profanity. I'm trying to be as middle ground as possible and just deliver the facts as they presented themselves. But yeah, this nigga's out here grooming little girls and whatnot. Go and look on the internet. There's mad videos. So then the second way that he messed up in the second strike is that there are rumors of him being in a deal, a secret private deal with Lucian, who is the CEO of Universal, where Drake owns the publishing of other rappers, right? So there's a secret deal that's rumored to happen to where he went from an investor into these stocks, which are these rappers, because each one of these artists are like a stock. So because Drake is not just the complexion, he's a light-skinned dude. It's not a complexion thing. Hopefully people will get over that, who will have a certain, it's not a complexion thing. It's not a complexion thing. It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. It is an ethnicity thing. He belongs to a false tribe of people who are out here jacking, and I don't give a fuck what you say. If your feelings is hurt, then hey, it is what it is. The truth hurts. I'm not trying to be facetious towards anyone. It does nothing for me. But what I'm not going to do is live a lie. I'm not gonna help promote liars. I'm not gonna. I'm the red pill. I'm here to unmask things. I'm here to break through the lies. That's it. I'm just here to break through the lies. So these weird people from the Ukraine, right, from the Caucasus Mountains, right? These are Slavs. These are mostly Slavs, Polacks, Ukrainians, Germans, and they are in Is It Real right now, hijacking our shit, Abel shit, Selassie shit, Amir shit. You know what I mean? Because even in Persia, with Amir as being a Persian, which is Iranian, they have a classic historical religion. The shit is it hasn't been upended. It's not diluted. Ethiopia and them, they holding on to some original shit them too. So, like I said, this is spiritual, and we're gonna dive. We're gonna do a deep dive on Sunday, where I have the freedom to talk more, because of course I'm censored right now. So I'm giving you what I could give you, but I'm censored. I got a muzzle on my mouth on YouTube. So there's rumors of him being more than just an artist. He should have let everybody know that so they could celebrate it. But now with him being one of those people who are in control of people's career, he could do to them what Vlad tried to do to that Princeton, the woman who worked at Princeton. Now he could basically, like how Jay-Z did when he was the president of Def Jam, and they hated Jay-Z because of that. Because what did he do? He sabotaged DMX career and LL Cool J, people that he had problems with. So now Drake could sabotage Kendrick's career, Rick Ross' career, all of these people at Universal Music, because he has a problem with them. So that's what they are talking about. And the last thing that I could bring up, and I could bring up more, but I'm gonna just bring up this one and leave it at that. I don't want to overkill. Culture vulture accusations, and the fact that he was exposed as a poser. He don't have no culture. He can't give you a like that. Kendrick could give you a like that because that's part of his culture. LA gang culture, West Coast culture. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the culture. There's a certain sound. There's a certain bop to it. When DJ Mustard put out that beat, that you could dance to it. You could do that West Coast thing to it. I don't give a fuck if you from the Bay. I don't give a fuck if you are from Compton, right? That is Kendrick's culture. And then Kendrick comes out of Kendrick comes out of whatchamacallit, gang culture as well, even though that's not something that he is standing on. He doesn't brag about it, but he utilizes it as a backdrop, and he utilizes it as contextual narratives and whatnot. He utilizes it to explain who he is as an artist and as a young man, because you can't deny your DNA. If it's your DNA, it's your DNA. But your DNA can evolve. So, like I said, community revolutionaries in progress. You know what I mean? That there's levels to this shit, and they could get on a higher level. If Nipsey was alive, he would have had them all on a higher level out there. He would have had them all on a high. That's a fact. So if they love Kendrick, then they're gonna rise up with Kendrick. And they're going to rise up with them, and they're going to not just listen to him, but they'll be able to follow his lead. So we don't even have to get into the culture vulture aspect of Drake and whatnot. He told his mother that Rick Ross was racist. Have you ever told your mother that somebody that you knew was racist? I don't think I did. I don't think I ever meant. I don't even think I ever said the word racist to my mama about somebody else. Because if they was racist, I would be whooping on that ass, and then she'd be like, "What happened?" I'd be like, "Man, f that. That person was a piece of a pos." We don't talk like that. We don't tell our mamas the niggas is racist. He said Rick Ross. He said, "Don't worry, mom. Rick Ross, he's a racist because he called him BBL Drizzy and white boy." That's something a white boy would say. So the fact that if you live in Toronto right now, you probably are sick of the coverage that you're seeing on the television where they're painting Drake as a victim, and he be out here with niggas that's out here spanking niggas in Toronto. He's running around with dudes that are professed killers, right? But he's playing victim. I heard they had Kendrick Lamar and all of the parties on a three-way. They had an emergency Zoom meeting with Lucian and the bosses at Universal and Nike. Nike is involved. Apple is involved. And I heard that they wanted Kendrick Lamar to apologize to Drake and to deny to say that he's not a PDF because it's hurting the stocks of Nike and UMG. So they want Kendrick to stop the bleeding, and they wanted him to put out through his quote unquote through his label an apology. And I think that he said, "Y'all could kiss my Kung Fu Kenny." And then Drake said, "You know what? I'm going to take another shot at him, and I'm going to go ahead because he don't want to acquiesce. I'm going to put a song out, or I'm going to put something out." So he may be trying to save face and put a last appeal. But bro, it's over. They got your house taped off. You can't do a battle rap when your house is taped off. I'm sorry. And that shouldn't entice anybody to do anything that somebody said before, but you can't do battle rap and your house is taped off with the same yellow tape that you had. He had a yellow tape in his stories. Like I said, man, it's all visual. So Sunday, y'all gonna see a visual presentation. You gotta see this shit to I'm talking it, but you gotta see it. This is levels of magic and mysticism and street shit going on simultaneously. The people who ask for apology is United Universal Music Group. They wanted Kendrick Lamar to apologize to Aubrey Graham. That's exactly what's going on. Somebody said that the record label said that that was false, but don't shoot the messenger. That's what I was hearing. But what they are doing is they're treating Kendrick Lamar like he did something wrong. They're treating him like he is the assailant. They're treating him like Doughboy and Boys in the Hood. Remember how they was treating Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood? His mama was hating on him, and he was like, "I ain't even do nothing, bro. I just defended myself. Like, why the fuck are you hating on me?" They treating Kendrick like Doughboy. Where's Cash Money, Young Money at? They abandoned Drake because Drake abandoned them. You see how that works? Drake turned his back on them, so they turned their back on him. Oh yeah. Of course. Is It Real is making him apologize because they are hemorrhaging. Ha! It's not just him. They need an apology because their fragility is up. Right? The one people who they thought they had on their side was us. They know that we not fucking with them no more. They can't sleep at night because the college students is after them. Now the West Coast is crip walking and they after them. Niggas in New York is after them. The hip hop people, niggas in Atlanta is after them. They're like, you know how these people work? if you after Drake, you're after them. That's how they see it. The same way if Drake is winning, they're winning. Drake is losing, they're losing. They're different than us. They move differently. Henceforth, like I said, when Kendrick was hitting them with those, when he put the, if you go and put sexual offenders Tel Aviv, the dots go crazy, bro. The dots go crazy. It looked like Drake House. The dots go crazy, right? He hit him with that. When he called him a degenerate, they heard that. He's talking about them. When he called them sex, all of these things, they're taking all of that personal because all of that is them. I'm gonna leave it at that. The exposure of everything is not over. Let's not go back to sleep. Let's not be arrogant. Let's not party in the streets. Let's continue to give thanks to the ancestors for what it is that they're doing by doing what? Opening up our eyes. I pray on no man's downfall, right? But I do want Babylon to burn. You feel me? I do want Babylon to burn. You know what I mean? They have spurned too much pain, too much agony, too much fear, too much jealousy, too much envy in the heart of man. So everything has to fall in order for things to rise. So nothing is to be taken seriously. We've all been here before. We've seen them come and go. You understand? If you can't stop a motherfucking planet from, if you can't stop the precession of the equinox, then you can't stop the shit that you're seeing before you. It's the way that the motherfucking stars move and whatnot. And stars die, they blink out, and others just magically appear out of nowhere too. As above, so below. Okay? So this is the precession of the equinox. Shit gotta move in order for things to come in. And there's something big coming into this atmosphere. There's another planet that's coming in. There's another plane of existence that is coming in. So yeah, this Draco star system, the shit gotta go. And for everybody who wants to go with them, you're free to go too. You know what I'm talking about? You're free to go too. You know? Well, they on that type of time. Y'all out here trying to save people. You know, go sit on the bench with them. If you want to save them, go stand right there with them. Then you know what I'm talking about. Because the only thing Kendrick has to prove in the next 50 years is, yeah, that's what y'all Drake fans are gonna hold on to. So Drake got to live on eggshells for 50 years. Because if he gets one lawsuit, if he gets one visit by them people, if anything ever happens, if any of them NDAs break and any of them young whippersnappers, them young chicken McNuggets start talking, he's finished. It just takes one and everything comes down. So he's literally living in a time bomb. Kendrick set that nigga up for life. He could never do any wrong forever. If he gets one visit, if he gets one lawsuit, if there's one leak in the camp that shows that he leaked a video with his privates, or if he has engaged with young women's, yeah, and he's built like that because that's where he comes from. I'm just saying. People have speculated for more before, but it is what it is. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to sign off. I've given y'all 3 hours of some it's some good information to kind of consider and to look through. You know, you'll be able to find what you're looking for. You know how we gotta end this off. the right way. You dig? You know how we got to end this off the same way that we started this, bitch. You dig? So show some love on the Cash App. That would be greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? Fair exchange, no robbery. Just leave a tip at the table. You know, I don't do much. Just leave a tip at the table. We're gonna get up out of here with this BBL Drizzy. And for anybody out there, if y'all make a remix, I'll play it. I'll open up the show. I believe this shit is copyright free, so we could rock out. You know what I'm talking about? We can even play Kendrick music too, because it's copyright free. So, you know, let's put the energy out there in the universe. Let me be responsible before we do this BBL Drake. The strong end is coming. We know that things happen during the strong end. I do acknowledge that the environment is very charged up. I didn't touch on this, and I have to touch on this. They needed our energy to charge up this war environment. We was not buying into the Ukraine. We was not buying into the Gaza shit. We was not buying into anything, right? The way that Uncle Sam or the way that this wizard and warlock work, they have to have us as the battery. We have to charge the electromagnetic field. It don't matter what white people are doing. If we don't charge the field is not charged. Remember that, right? We are the ones who set shit off. We know this. We know this, that there could be wars going on in America all around us. The minute we pay attention to it, that's when it really started. That's when it really started. So we have charged this grid up. It is electrified. It is magnified. It is magnetic, and it is electrified. We are plugged in to the matrix. We voluntarily charge the environment with war energy. That is what we did. We cannot say that we didn't do it, because we did it. We participated, and it's like I said earlier, war is not for everyone to participate in, because it will give you fatigue. It could take you in places where you could never come back from. What up? Where you go? Yeah, so there's already one girl. There's already somebody coming forward. So we have the opportunity to galvanize that energy, that charge, and to do something with it. Me personally, what can I do? I'm making designs. I'm being creative. You know what I mean? I'm making designs. I'm capturing whatever the energy of the moment is. And the best way that I could do it is by capturing it in the form of art. I'm going to express what I witnessed, how I'm feeling, and what I'm seeing through the art. The art will live longer than me. The art can feed me when I look back on it years from now. I might be able to reissue it and whatnot. You know, Drizzy Drake, something might happen. You know, I could reissue it. I could put it out. When we talk on 2028, when I'm reminiscing on 2024, I got something that I created during the whole time where I could be like, yo, this product is still here with me, or whatever, this device, anything. It's time to create. I'm using the energy to create. That's the only thing that I could do in these times. And I'm doing these classes 4 weeks because I refuse. I will not miss this opportunity to teach. This is a floodgate of information coming to me. So I'm like, I want to look back on. I want to. It's almost like throwing up. I want to throw up all of this information. I want to purge all of this information. I want to get it out. I want to put it out. And then in 2028, when I need to go and do a deep dive and get information, because information, it takes time to evolve and grow. Certain things are like seeds and whatnot. So I got to come back to everything that's going on. So I'm going to be meticulous and get every single piece of what's going on. It's happening because life is moving fast. 6 months from now, we might not remember none of this shit. I might even make a toy, BBL Drizzy. You never know. But yeah, be creative and multiply. You know what I'm talking about? Be creative and multiply. What else do we?
That I'm talking about Megan Dream. I promise to shit for the family. The shit so easy off of the heat.
Yo, we need a translation, bro. We need AI to translate. It's like as much as I want to listen. Yeah, he floating on the beat. I give him that much. He floating on the beat. I just don't know what the fuck he's saying, bro. Hey, what this shit translate to? Hold on. Let me get on Google Translate. This shit.
You can't hear it?
There was a diss exchange on the day my album. Oh, he dropped his album. He said, "Go cop that album, Chad. Go cop the album." I heard we jump. This nigga. Shout out to Mac. I heard we jumping people. All right, what you got?
I heard we was screaming that Drake was dead, bitch trying to get at him cause he was a fan, bitch trying to get at him, he was talking about Megan Dream. I promise this shit for the family, this shit too easy, off of the heezy, it hurt my lung, I feel like I'm wheezing, cheesy, watching my hand is bleeding, Drizzy is freezing, let me be the reason. They gave me a stick, so I made some fire, his ass was listening, wearing a wire, this dire, I promise that boy's a crier, the boy's deceased, he need to retire, the liar, this line, I feel like I'm flying, for all of your dogs, I feel like I'm Brian, this heaven on earth, I'm singing a Zion, the end of his world, I feel like the Mayan Inca, smoking on Drake is a blinker, building his abs, I'm watching him tinker, telling we back, I feel like I'm Stringer, he isn't a rapper, nigga, oh wait, yeah, that weak ass perm, show ass get burned, you went to Lil Baby, that was just my turn.
I like the beat switch, I mean the flow switch.
What's fraud? Like the lucky number 7, watch this shit get odd, watch this shit get wicked, this shit is my ticket, if I said it, I did it. See it colonizing as wanna be, pedophitic ass, think you 23, but we'll only hit if you 1 in 3. Yeah, you mad as fuck, but I can guarantee that he think you black and from Tennessee, but he ain't his pop, cause he at his school saying 10, I see. And you heard it, Mac, but it's one of me, yeah, it's one of me, yeah.
The second, I feel like the first half was a little shaky, but the second half when he switched the flow, that was much better. Damn, bro, this nigga really got the SoundCloud niggas on his head, bro. That was one of the better ones. Him, the dude in the red, and then the 17-year-old are the 3 best so far. Which one is this? These niggas on his head, bro. I just listened to this one.
Drake not pretty.
Yeah, I just listened to this goofy ass one. Yeah, I'm not taking that nigga seriously. I need my money from Metro. What is this? This nigga dropped 3 minutes. This shit better be fire. You're getting a minute from me.
You know, Miles, you know I love you, but this is straight fuck you, nigga.
I need to make a diss. Nah, I'm not emotionally invested in this. This shit is all content to me.
This is real comp, nigga. This is real competition right here, nigga. I'm calling you out. Nigga, you think Michael Jordan had a dream, nigga? No, nigga. It was Malcolm X, nigga.
Come on, man.
Yeah, first of all, fuck Kendrick Lamar. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need this on you and you ain't respond, nigga. Come on, bro. You better. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we're out of here. Nigga, you're not funny. Free beat from Metro. Let me just say.
The best verse of free beat. Metro Boomin is giving the best verse of free beat. Oh my, this is what happened when Metro make drums. He got all these holy ghosts, but ain't much of a father, though he got a son. I bet he gets spooked when niggas say, but nigga. No stake in the game, but hey, for a Metro beat, I can make a diss. I idolize.
Why he sound like NPC Miles Morales?
Some rappers anyways, that they hit a side up, like he did that piss you did. CCB, nigga. I ain't got sides to the beat, nigga.
We got the blurs listening.
I hit this girl, then shout CB, nigga. These entertainers hypocritical, paying to switch up their physical. Tell us see veggies and minerals. They be calling us as brag about.
I don't know what this nigga's saying. No, thank you. See Kevin.
You see this blow up at BBL Drizzy.
I used to always want a chance to get a small meeting with Drake, but I turned 18 in December, so I'm guessing it's too late.
That's a crazy way to start a song. That was kind of cold.
Always want a chance to get a small meeting with Drake, but I turned 18 in December, so I'm guessing it's too late. This goes out to fake personas with the even faker shooters. This goes out to all the dogs, all the sexual abusers.
Oh no!
AI pocket, AI snoop for help. Cause no West
This nigga is inheriting the beef.
legends would have given up a verse themselves. Ask A, ask when, ask T, Mac 10.
Okay.
Ask 10, dog, and you still wouldn't get a yes, that's sad. How you gonna fly girls out to get in first place? How you get so many beats in the first place? How you get abs in a week in the first place? Why do you only spawn IG in the first place? Scout out some artists so they benefit your team. Shout out Cryolipolysis, B12 Slimming Machine.
Oh my goodness.
I'll
Yeah.
give you respect. This nigga said Cryolipolysis V12 is shit. I gotta clout this nigga up. The fact you made that work on a beat, I gotta give you some clout for that. That's pretty. This is insane.
Benefit your team. Shout out Cryolipolysis, B12 Slimming Machine. They must have had you on that thing like 24/7. All your time on B12 when your daughter turned 11. Being caught a deadbeat twice in your life, I have to frown. You only cared about 11 when it was Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh,
Hey, this nigga kind of going.
he's
Hold on.
going. He's going.
We should have always been smarter. When they revealed you, I can't flog. Nah, we should have booed harder.
Oh no.
Made our top charter, someone honest or a real self-starter. Someone smart enough to make a deal to sign the weekend faster. And someone who knew not to start beefs when his life's disastrous. Just figure out the masters, and that's fine by me. When's the last time one of you people actually
Going.
spent 100K just to steal lyrics on a song with YG? Just think before you sign, unless you're just like them in what they do and think all of it's fine.
There is something that I want to say to these young ladies that allow themselves to go and be
Oh, Dennis, no!
or whatever. Stop going to the hotels. Same with Bill Cosby. Stop going to their rooms. You don't have to be in their room. Take your ass.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga, that is disrespectful. Which is a crazy bar. For those of you who don't know, this is Drake's dad. And when he was asked about the Me Too movement, this nigga said, stop going to, he basically blamed the, they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. This nigga cooking, bro.
So
What's
it's
the link? I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
are there two sides to blame, or is it?
No, there's not two sides to blame. You take your ass home. Don't go into a man's room. Don't go where a man is